melindas.com. That's melindas.com.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's Conversational Radio Show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
The Senate will conduct a trial of the impeachment of Donald Trump. It will be a full trial. It will be a fair trial. But make no mistake, there will be a trial, and when that trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the election.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into News and Views in the afternoon. I can't believe, we were just talking about it off air, Eddie Bader in the studio with me, that people keep, turn the camera low, people keep making that mistake. It is amazing how people can't say insurrectionist or the insurrection. Mm-hmm. They've got erection on the mind or something like that.
Well, it's like, you remember in Austin Powers? Moly, moly, holy moly, 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 moly.
Horror and Anchorman, it's the pleats and the pants.
Yeah, exactly,
right.
Exactly.
What a way to kick off a show today. But as is tradition now on Wednesdays, we have the one, the only Jeff Poor, host of the Jeff Poor Show there at 106.5 FM, Mobile, Fairhope area. And, of course, he's editor-in-chief at 1819 News. Jeff, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing well, Joey. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being on. I want to start serious here because 1819 News has a story how the MPD, well, it was really a joint task force of a lot of different law enforcement entities, have finally made arrests in the woman who was paralyzed, Amy Dix here in Montgomery. Apparently the city council meeting last night was bonkers again, a packed house. The second time in the road, the mayor was not there.
That's my question.
So I'm doing this whole back up to do a jump here. Running start is, you're a father, you have young children. Would you, having spent time here, Jeff, want to live in Montgomery? I'll put it that simply. Would you want to live in Montgomery?
Maybe at a different time. I don't know. It's not. I like now. That town wears on me after session, but it's for different reasons. But I mean, I like spending time in Montgomery, even not just downtown, but there's the stuff in Cloverdale, East Chase, or whatever. I don't think it's a bad place. Now after some of these news reports, you're like, I don't know that I'd ever want to live there.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't be the worst place in the world. But I think all this news has got people sort of thinking twice about it.
Now, in your area, say Mobile, is the crime and say the increase in just gunshots and gunshot victims going up in a similar way, or is it just more Montgomery?
No, it's Mobile, it's Birmingham. Maybe to some degree, it's a little bit of Huntsville, but and I don't know. Tuscaloosa seems to have avoided a lot of this. Same with Dothan, the other Big Ten cities, Hoover, Madison. But there's something going on in the culture. I don't know what it is, but there's I don't know if you know who John Young is. He's a sergeant in the Mobile Police Department. There's a certain callousness in the culture right now, especially with violence. And no one really knows what is going on here. Why do we just turn a blind eye to a lot of this? And I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, and I don't have a good one either. And I mentioned to the Attorney General Steve Marshall on Monday. I asked him about this, especially with low recruitment numbers for police, low retention numbers, in particular our big cities. And he lays it at the feet of this defund the police, this whole movement that started, say, in the spring of 2020.
Well, I think it's maybe not quite that, but that's in the same vein. I mean,
yeah,
working in government right now is not that it should be fun, but it's not fun. It's maybe not as fulfilling as it once was because now you have all of these additional sensitivities that you have to like take into account that you have to deal with. The DEIification of every government bureaucracy, and I just think that has an impact on public safety. Then there needs to be a right balance there. You can't have like what they had in Memphis, sort of the rogue band of police going around, and but you can't have. You can't have everything just politically correctness to death.
Right, and it's a real problem though, and a lot of the suspicions and fears I think people in Montgomery had for years now in the making are now coming to fruition, and that's why I think you're seeing these the city hall packed out every Tuesday in recent memory, because folks are fed up. And I guess it'll take getting a good police chief, but something about like basic balls and strikes,
Joey,
basic fundamentals.
But Joey, I don't know that that's necessarily the problem. I mean, I mean, the city's probably fallen off some because of Stephen Reed and maybe that. But I just think is there a government solution to every problem? Can the government do better things? But like the major problem, like is there something going on out there that's really changed? And I don't know what that is. I am just not plugged into that. But you can't. You have to assume some kind of stasis with the law enforcement. They're not doing anything really radically different. Maybe after George Floyd, they're rolling some of it back, but the spike doesn't. I mean, it's disproportionate, right? Like we went just as the spike in violent crime that is, versus the changing in police tactics. Is it all just policing, or is there something else at foot here?
Yeah, and I think it all does begin at home. And right now, there's something going on with home life. To your point. But, shifting gears here, I just wanted to start with that because it's a real problem and everybody needs to be aware of it. But let's go to something a little bit more speculative and, if you will, silly. Do you think this ongoing court case we've now seen with Donald Trump, is it at this point helping Trump or hurting Trump?
That probably helping. It's probably something he would rather not have to deal with. But, I say this all the time on my show. He is twice indicted, twice impeached, multiple indictments, asymmetrical coverage from the mainstream media. He's still beating Joe Biden head-to-head, the incumbent president of the United States, in most head-to-head polls. What is going on? Joe Biden should be up by 15. So all you point to the justice system and how it seems to be weaponized, I think is helping.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if this particular issue, I know, for instance, the Democrats want to push abortion, but I'm thinking about, in particular, District 2, this brand new District 2. And I heard, I believe, Caroline Dobson saying that Shamari Figures is part of that weaponization. He's part of that problem. Do you think that that sticks? Could this actually be an issue that drives down ballot races, especially this District 2 race?
Maybe. I mean, he was Merrick Garland's chief of staff, so if you really think that our deep state, our administrative state is behind the wokeification, I mean, he's right up there in the upper echelon of federal government. But here's the thing, she was on with my colleague Sean Sullivan yesterday, and I was listening to her talk about this. Yeah, AL2 Democrat, but as far as social issues go, I mean, you can't go in guns blazing on the LGBTQ transgender agenda as a Democratic candidate here, I don't think, and expect to win. I mean, it's not to say that this is a conservative district, but this is not, Berkeley, California either.
Right, and I think the same is probably true of the abortion issue. There are a lot of, say, God-fearing folks who are, Democrats, and they still don't like that issue in the same way, say, the National Party does.
Well, and especially among those who vote, black age voting population, and you got to look at it. They maybe don't think that you should have a draconian law like the state of Alabama has when it comes to abortion, but they're not. It's not going to be drive-through window of a McDonald's type abortion service either. Like many on the left seem to proclaim that we need in the country. So like, I don't. But Shamari Figures has to own that, or at least has to own that perception running as a Democrat.
Well, and I'm just trying to shape this. I was saying the other day, as we were talking to Joe Emreid here in the studio, that I think figures as a story to tell that goes back to the whole civil rights story that, of course, originates here in Montgomery so many years ago. I mean, and Shamari has the pedigree given his father and his mother. And I wonder, though, because I saw that Al Sharpton interview, is calling essentially implying that Donald Trump is George Wallace Bull Connor. Does that actually still play here in the state?
In a Democratic primary, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the average Alabama Democrat voting Alabamian. They probably among white Democrats. Yeah, that's going to work really well. Black Democrats, which is the bulk of the Democratic Party in this state, I don't know. I don't know what their perception of Donald Trump is. I mean, they probably don't like him. They're not out there riding around with their MAGA hats. But do they have the visceral sort of, let me call it Trump derangement syndrome, it is what it is. Do they have that same mentality? And I don't know that that's true.
Yeah, and it's tough to square away. I'm just trying to shape in my own mind what this race is going to be about, and I'm sure it'll really heat up as we get more into late summer here. But it should be an actual competitive race. I don't think anybody should be resting on their laurels assuming that this is going to be an easy fight, even with national coverage, even with all that money that's going to be dumped into this race. I think it's still kind of a coin flip, in my humble opinion.
Well, Joey, I don't know, like, how much money is going to be dumped into this race. We keep hearing that, right?
Right.
I don't know if we are. I don't know if we are really going to see that. Because here's what I think is going on. There's a lot of national races going on for House seats. Now, the Senate's going to be hard to win for Democrats. So I think all that money, Democrat money, and all that Republican money is going to shift toward the House. But they're like fighting over it. They're saying, "Hey, come to our district instead." And there's 435 congressional districts. So how many of them are swing districts that could go either way? Maybe 20, 30? I don't know. It's a very competitive, like, sort of arena for that pot of money that's going to be doled out to congressional districts for congressional races. Now, the one thing that makes this different, I guess, the Democrats don't want to let down this court or whatever. They got to make a strong stand for civil rights. Maybe they put some money into it, but I'm not sure that's the case. I just, knowing how this business is and how, these are like rats fighting over a piece of cheese at times, that's what this comes down to. How much national money do we really think is going to be put into AL2?
Yeah, and I guess we have to wait and see, and we certainly will. And just to get your sense of this, because I saw this headline this morning on Drudge, and I found it just shaking my head, but I'd love your take. It says, momentum building for NATO troops in Ukraine. And if you read actually beyond the headline, they're saying non-combat roles, though if you're a non-combatant and yet you're still helping run, say, an air defense system, how non-combatant are you? But the French are really pushing this. Macron is. What's your sense when you see a headline like, yeah, NATO troops in Ukraine, let's go?
We're heading to war. I mean, it's that simple, right? It's sort of, they're creeping into it little by little. And soon, I mean, we will. I'd be worried about this if you have a draft age daughter. Maybe maybe not. But this is what it looks like to me. It's just very, very, very incremental.
Well, it just seems bonkers to me that we're playing with literal fire and fury, as Russia's also starting their battlefield nuke exercises, and essentially saying, "Hey, we're serious. Don't mess with us, NATO." For what? Like, when you look at how much land is actually up for grabs, how much will the map actually shift, even if the Ukrainians fall apart? It just seems like such a waste, and why are we taking such a gamble and a risk when, you, me, Eddie here in the studio, like, we're trying to just go about our lives. Ukraine's not even high up on the list of what Americans are caring about going into this election.
But, Joey, the thing that bothers me is, like, the whole idea that we need to care about Ukraine this much comes from this idea, and it's so superficial, that Trump was helped by Russia to win in 2016, and Ukraine is anti-Russia, therefore we must be for Ukraine. And I know that they have their differences with the Russians, and but the whole West, or at least the United States, and the left of the United States, why you see the Ukrainian flags and the COVID mask with the Ukrainian flag during COVID, I mean, just like, that's all, like, That's what's driving this. I think that you saw the taking down Thomas Massey video, or they tried to force him to take it down the way they were cheering. There's like this weird sort of like loyalty to Ukraine. I think that comes from a bunch of different places.
Well, and it's that Insider Cool Kid Club we were talking about at your show this morning. It's the latest fashion that the donor class and everybody in the know who's, morally respectable is, of course, going to wave that little Ukrainian flag and wear a pin or something while they spend billions of dollars of American money and flirt with nuclear war. It's just another, Wednesday here in America.
Like how you ride around your neighborhoods in Montgomery, because I see them in Fairhope and I see them in Mobile. People still flying that Ukrainian flag. It's just weird.
It is odd, and I don't know how to make heads or tails of that, but I think we're pretty much out of time here. If folks want to check out what you're writing about, thinking about, how can they do so?
Twitter.com/Jeff_Poor.
Got it pulled up on the live stream here, folks. Y'all give Jeff a follow there on the Twitter or X, whatever it's called. Appreciate the time as always, Jeff. Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Joey.
Again, Jeff Poor there. Always appreciate having him on the program. So, what do you think of that headline, Eddie? NATO troops in Ukraine?
I saw it coming, but the whole non-combatant thing, you know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
I think
advisors.
we need to hurry up and get out of there in a hurry.
Yeah, Ron Paul had an op-ed out yesterday called the Vietnamization. Mm-hmm. That's a word. Vietnamization of Ukraine.
Oh, we're already there.
Yeah.
And that's how our government does. They deny, and then they slowly let it out. Okay, we're there. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And it makes me wonder, do the neoconservatives, for lack of a better term, still hold so much sway? Mm-hmm. These just bloody hawks that want to stick our nose in every part of the world, because keeping the world safe for democracy means world domination, essentially, folks. And, but it makes me go, because here's another headline. Remember the mustache?
Yeah.
John Bolton?
Yeah.
John Bolton came out and volunteered who he's voting for in November. You want to hear it?
Yeah, who would that be?
John Bolton says, quote, "I'm voting for Dick Cheney in November."
Really?
Really?
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise,
surprise. Heck no, man.
Oh,
Dick Cheney
Dick
lines
Cheney.
that man's wallet. Get some Halliburton action going again. Get the old gang back together, baby.
Goodness gracious.
Shoot a couple people in the face.
Well, that was one of the more, it's like, what did Cheney have on the guy?
All right, what's more wild? A VP shooting somebody in the face or cocaine found in the White House?
But you never know. If, like, somebody could shoot you in the face and you're like
I'd
lame.
never shake their hand.
You become a lame dog. Or like, if somebody shoots you in the face, you might kill somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Usually shoot back.
I think Cheney, old Dick there, got lucky with that one.
Well, he had such a lapdog with him. I mean,
Right.
You get blasted.
What, were they hunting quail?
They were hunting quail. He said, "Hey, Chick, look at these quail." He got blasted.
What's the old Lewis Black line where they're thinking Iran, Iraq? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And yet we still have people like Bolton and Lindsey Graham who just want to I'm going to get after it.
Well, it just makes me uncomfortable because people still listen to them. They're still relevant, and they should be.
Yep. Let's go to James on line 3. Hey, James, how you doing?
Good morning. How are y'all?
All right.
I'll be real quick on the crime. The big issue with the crime problem in Montgomery, everybody wants to dance around it, is, okay, look, it is a certain group of young black males that are committing these crimes. It's not white boys running around doing all the shooting and stuff.
Right.
We all know that. Nobody wants to address that fact. Once you do that, and the mayor's perceived racism toward white people makes the criminals feel like the police department's really not going to do anything to them. They pretty much have free run right now. You know, when he did away with the traffic enforcement division right off the bat because too many blacks were being ticketed, just started the ball rolling. So it all leads back to the mayor, just plain and simple.
Well, and when you see these, I don't know if you've seen on YouTube or if you've been down there, James, these city council meetings, it's black and white. I think there are a lot of folks who are seeing exactly what you just said, and they're just tired of it and tired of the excuses. And in a majority black city, you're talking about not a large number of people who are causing these problems, and there should be some solution to it.
You know, not every white person is a racist. Not every black person is a criminal. I mean, That's just life. It's a small segment that is doing it. But the police need to be able to focus on those neighborhoods, on those people specifically. Go back to stop and frisking. Go back to random stopping. I tell you one thing, I'm a big constitutionalist, but this permitless gun deal has got to go. We've got to go back to having permits. That's the first thing law enforcement need to be able to use as a tool.
Well, I appreciate the call, James. Really do.
Thank you.
272-9228, line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Joey, thank you for taking my call.
Sam.
Sammy.
Or should I say Jeeves? How you doing, Jeeves?
Ask Jeeves, and you will definitely get you an answer. I wonder if that's even just totally gone now. You've started me. I wonder if Ask Jeeves still exists. I haven't. Remember they used to use that online, ask questions.
We're going to ask the Google.
Yeah, man. All right. The Native troops. Last night I'm watching some YouTube videos, and I saw that about our new pier. Lovely, lovely new pier. Anyways, right now on the news, they're saying Netanyahu, he's holding up the food. He's not letting the food get through to the Palestinian suffering, starving people. And that's a load of crap. They tried to unload once, and the trucks got swarmed. I mean, this is like 2 days ago. It happened again, and but I could see the troops, talking about incrementalism. We need security. We're going to need security at the port, and then we're going to need security at the distribution site, and then we'll need distribution, as the logistics change. So, yeah, man. Also, there was the 3 NATO countries that said oh, gosh, doggone it, I just saw it.
All these European countries that just recognize Palestinian as a state, the Palestinian state, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Clark.
Well,
Spain, Ireland, Norway.
Bring them on. Help them out. They need some help. Y'all come help them out.
We keep hearing about the high Muslim population in Ireland, and, there it is. Now, that's just...
Yeah, but I think that's our politicians doing that, not the actual...
Yeah, and also don't forget about the whole problems there, that civil war that festered for a while in Ireland. There are some folks who relate, let's say, to a certain side.
Sure.
Then
they should go over there and fight.
I wouldn't be happy unless I spread a little bit of gossip while I was on there.
And I just looked it up. Ask Jeeves is now just ask.com.
Oh, well.
Jeeves asked for a raise. Jeeves got fired.
Oh, get rid of this, this old white
we don't need this guy.
Oh, man. Oh, listen. Out here in the wilderness where I live, on my phone, I just downloaded an app for my television. It's the Web app. One of them is supposed to be, it's highly rated. So, yeah, man, I'll be playing with that.
What?
Yeah.
Well, don't play with it too much.
Yeah, not too much.
Listen, guys, I'm heading to Montgomery to the VA.
Strap up.
Wish me luck. Yeah, I'm having side effects off these meds real bad.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Hey, thank y'all.
See you, bro. 272-9228. Let's go to line 4. You're on there. Who's this?
Johnny Red Top.
Hey, Red Top.
First of all, let me compliment you from yesterday. I was very impressed when you're talking to Judge Knapp. By the way, his show on Newsmax is really good on Sunday morning. But you're talking to Judge Knapp, and he says, Joey, that was a great tip telling me to tell Tuberville, Coach, call him Coach. And he said he jumped right up. And Joey, my kudos to you, buddy. Here's this 35-year-old guy from St. B giving advice and a tip to a damn mega pro. You are really great, and I want to compliment you on that.
Well, I might have greased the skids there because I wanted to see these two. Like, there was too much love going on there. I'm like, y'all need to talk. Y'all need to get to know each other.
You're 35 years old, from Montgomery, St. B graduate. You're giving tips to this damn guy. I say you deserve the compliment. I'm proud of you, sir.
Thank you, Red Top.
I think you deserve it. Now, let me talk about something that's happening that's really scary. China, and this very good sources, NTD News and Newsmax has reported this yesterday. China now has more surveillance satellites in orbit than we do. And targeting satellites. And here's a specific example that this retired general gave. They've been recording 400 to 600 maneuvers of these satellites a month. A maneuver is a repositioning and pointing of the satellite at something. Last month, there were 11,000 maneuvers. And he said this is scary. And let me tell you what's happening. They're practicing targeting positions.
Of course.
Over Taiwan.
Yes.
So they are loading up the guns, getting all the equipment ready to do precise exercises over there. And we ain't talking exercises.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways that could go. It could be the Chinese are just showing off and flexing their muscles, saying we could do this if we want. It could be that they try an amphibious invasion. I think that's probably the least likely because of how difficult it is, how much could go wrong there. They could do something short of an actual invasion and do a blockade or something like along those lines. Or they could do what you were suggesting, bringing this up, Red Top. They could just flatten Taiwan.
Well, that's probably their only solution because there's only 19 places you can land on Taiwan.
Right.
It's a volcanic island full of peaks. So they ain't going to be going that way. Their initial plan was to take it over from the inside, and that plan may still work.
Well, and then they're worried, too, if they don't, because the Taiwanese have these secured, reinforced bunkers for planes, like runways within mountainsides. And the Chinese should be worried that if they try to do action against Taiwan, Taiwan sends one of those fighters over, sneaks through, and maybe blows up that major dam there in the middle of China and floods the mainland.
Yeah, it's the biggest dam in the world where there's earthquakes all the time.
Now, it wouldn't be easy to actually, it's a big dam, so it's going to take a big old bomb or missile to actually do something. But,
You know,
A little leaky,
Joey,
actually.
I think Taiwan is like Israel. I think China messes with them. They're gonna get a nasty taste of something.
though also the politics is split there. There's still a lot of people in Taiwan that do want unification with the mainland, while there are, of course, those who want independence. Like, let's not underestimate the Chinese. I think ideally would want to do it diplomatically, bring them in politically at the end of the day.
Yeah, and if this is all a result of the same dumbass maneuver they made in Ukraine, they didn't establish independence.
Right.
So that was real dumb, bad. And tomorrow we can talk some about the State Department's budget hearing today. It was very interesting, the whack crap they came up with. Okay, guys, y'all enjoy this nice, new, warm summer day we're having. Roll Tide, go Trump. Thank
See
you.
you, Red Top.
War Eagle. Got to hit this break, but first, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and 'tis the season, Eddie, ain't it?
Yeah, buddy.
So, like, mosquitoes are out, they're feeling very alive.
I can tell you where they're not. You know, they just came and sprayed. I think it was Monday they sprayed.
Pest Pro did?
Yep. I've been working on the Airbnb all week. Got the trees and everything taken out. Haven't seen the first skeeter. Not the first one.
So you can just relax on that
Yep, on
beautiful back balcony overlooking the lake.
Very relaxing. It's been very relaxing because I mean, you get those mosquitoes. Once you get one, you see 3, 4, 5.
Right.
I got no skeeters. I got no fire ants. I got no La cucarachas.
Wow.
Yep.
That's nice. It's nice to. Do you have any wasps up that way?
I haven't seen any, but I can tell you this: if I did, Jonathan took care of them. Man, he was there, like I said, on Monday. Called me up, let me know everything was good, and it's great.
Yeah,
it's like having another set of
I
eyes.
went out into the garage and I shut the garage door and I'm going out to take the trash out as I get home yesterday.
Yeah.
And there's a wasp that snuck inside the garage.
Oh yeah, he's waiting on you.
So I dodged him. He literally came at me. I dodged him, put the trash away, and just opened up the garage door. It's like, go away.
Go, be free.
Go away. I didn't try to trap you. That gums. If you're dealing with any of this stuff, folks, and of course termites,
Yeah.
love
Tis
this
the
time
season,
of year.
brother.
The Pest Pro Services has your back on all of these potential issues. Give them a call today at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. Or you can always go to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. They have a very active
Yes, they do.
Facebook page, always giving great tips and tricks, and always have great events given back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, be sure to tell Ashley and the team there that Joey and Eddie, those fellows on the radio, sent you. When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Honey, wake up.
What?
I think something's burning.
I don't smell anything.
I'm gonna go check.
Each year, over 65,000 American homes suffer a fire due to an electrical problem. Is your home safe? You can't be sure unless you call Crosby Electric, your exclusive provider of CurrentSafe, the world's foremost home diagnostic system. Crosby Electric will send a specially trained electrician to your home using high-tech equipment. They'll check your hidden wiring, panel box, light switches, and electrical outlets to make sure your home is safe.
Well, it appears that we found the culprit. Faulty wiring.
I should have had it checked.
Just be thankful everyone's okay.
For an in-home no-obligation assessment, visit crosbyelectric.com. Don't just think it's safe, know it's safe.
Know you're safe.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From a little fender bender to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For over 35 years, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather. Hi, everybody. It's a warm, dry, quiet pattern, and looking at other parts of the country, quiet is good. Meanwhile, we are heating up. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature up to about 91. Yeah, the humidity is higher, but it's not quite crazy yet. Partly cloudy, 69 for the low tonight. Near 90 again tomorrow, dry, sunny. Then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, random, widely scattered, mostly afternoon and evening hit-or-miss storms. A routine holiday weekend forecast with highs in the low 90s and more scattered random storms on Memorial Day Monday, high 91. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Do you have big plans this summer? Dive into summer with an ASE Credit Union vacation loan. Whether you've got a trip coming up, projects at home, or just need a little extra cash, we've got you covered. So don't put your plans on hold. Visit yourasecu.com or stop by and see us today.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. I'm Joey. He's Eddie. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing good, Joey. How you doing?
Well, this city council meetings are not getting any, say more low-key, how they usually are. Most of the time I've been
Kinda
down
boring,
there,
right?
they're kind of boring.
Yeah.
But that's not always
City
a bad
business.
thing. Right. You learn some interesting things where the problems are.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see, like, that person should not get a business license.
Oh, Joey.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know me, I'm not one who usually...
Right.
But there's occasionally moments you're like, no, do not give them a liquor license. No. Well, it didn't get any more low-key last night. And here is a report from Alabama News Network, WAKA, on exactly what happened at the city council meeting yesterday evening.
Well, hundreds packed City Hall again tonight for the Montgomery City Council meeting. Action 8's Esty Morrison joins us live now to tell us what happened. Esty.
Daryl, this is the third city council meeting in a row that has been packed with frustrated citizens wanting to talk to the mayor and the city council about their experiences with crime and daily shootings in the capital city. All 9 city council members were present to hear concerns, but for the second meeting in a row, Mayor Stephen Reed was absent. Accusations that City Councilman C.C. Calhoun was trying to keep Montgomery residents from speaking at future meetings flew back and forth tonight.
And I feel that it is very unpatriotic that the leader of this council sent y'all out some text messages.
Jamel Brown
Said, hey, team, what you think about getting rid of the non-agenda item, public communication? That is the bedrock of our Constitution, to come down here and talk about stuff that is not on the agenda item.
It was just an axe. He just took a poll of the council.
This is Rondé Mitchell talking.
And the council overwhelmingly said that that is not the direction. So I just hate that the president wasn't up here to defend himself.
Karen Morrow, whose dear friend Gloria Cruz was shot on Mother's Day and killed, challenged the mayor's claim that crime in the city is down.
And he said, well, what people don't realize is that crime is down 30%. And murders are down 10%. Well, I can tell you, Mr. Mayor, people don't believe you. There were 16 shootings this past weekend when he said the crime is down. Well, Gloria Cruz's family sure didn't believe that. It wasn't a great television show that they were watching. It was not a video game. It was their mother laying there on that ground, bleeding to death.
I spent several hours with the family on yesterday, and they're just holding. I'm asking that you all not forget about them. The funeral is this Saturday. One of my workers gave me some disturbing news this morning, and I called my brother. They're talking about shooting up the funeral. So we're going to need some extra law enforcement watching over this family this weekend at the funeral and at the repast.
Acting Police Chief John Hall talked about 3 main issues.
Pause it there. That's just evil.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like some crap you see in a Coppola or Scorsese movie.
What kind of beef could be caused by we're going to go shoot up her funeral too? You already disrespect her enough and her family.
Let's keep going here. This is the acting chief here, folks. Let's listen in.
Gun violence, dealing with machine gun diversion devices, and officer shortage, and said they're problems police departments around the country are facing.
That's going to be, it's got to be a joint effort from everybody. When I say city leaders, they're talking about the city as well as the community, church leaders, every leader that's out there. We have to come together, but we have to do it in a fashion where we're explaining what we're doing, not leaving people to interpret what we're doing, but explain it. This is what we're doing.
This past Sunday, there was a midday shooting at a busy shopping center less than a mile from my house. And among the people present, ducking for cover in the subway, was a trauma surgeon who comes to Montgomery from Huntsville to assist our exhausted trauma surgical team.
Mentioned that the other
As
day.
highlighted by the New York Times last week, this is an article last week, Montgomery's gun violence is escalating, surpassing per capita rates of cities like Baltimore, Chicago, and Detroit. The statistics are chilling.
One of the city council members said tonight that part of the issue is that criminals who have been arrested are getting out because the court systems are still backlogged. He said the district attorney's office told him today that they're working on 300 murder cases. Daryl.
Wow, 300. Lower amounts of bail money that defendants have to post to get people out of jail was also discussed tonight as another issue with repeat offenders.
No kidding.
Yes, so even Daryl Bailey put out a comment. The person that, one of the people they were talking about, the one they were arrested and bragging about, hey, we finally got the guy that did that shooting on Atlanta Highway.
Yeah.
He's back out of jail. He was back out of jail very quickly. And
Well, it sounds like these guys weren't even from Montgomery.
No. But if we're locking them up, just turn around and let them back out. And then we're sitting there saying, well, this is the problem. This is the problem. No, I think we know what the problem is. I didn't make this law. You didn't make this law, Joey.
Mm-mm.
And so how can you ever expect any change if, hey, we just get locked up for a couple of hours for essentially attempted murder? and then you're just good to go back in and live with society again? I don't think so.
Well, and this is 1819 News. Craig Monger, I believe, wrote this up for 1819 News. They did arrest people in the shooting of Amy Dix there on Atlanta Highway. MPD has charged Michael Johnson, 20, Javaris Anderson, 22, both of Prattville, with first-degree assault and 2 counts of discharging a firearm into an occupied vehicle. Jaquan Foster, 20, Jamessa, I don't know how to say his first name, sorry there, Ford, young Mr. Ford, 19, also of Prattville, along with Tyrone Davis Jr., 18 years old, of Millbrook, were all charged with discharging a firearm into an unoccupied vehicle. Johnson was taken into custody by the Pelham Police Department on Sunday and transferred to the Montgomery County Detention Facility. He has since been released on a $90,000 bond. Anderson, Foster, Ford, and Davis were all taken into custody on Tuesday with the assistance of the United States Marshals Gulf Coast Regional Fugitive Task Force.
Okay.
The task force comprises law enforcement officers from MPD, the Autauga County Sheriff's Office, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. Acting Chief John Hall thanked the multiple partnering law enforcement agencies for their assistance in securing the warrants. And there could also be more charges are possible. This is just the initial charges.
That was one of the things the DA said, that there were charges that he wanted to lay on him that MPD would not cooperate. That would have kept these people locked up more. So you tell me, man, who's dropping the ball here?
Well, who's running the city?
The thugs.
Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, Joey, this is Chris.
Hey, Chris. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, man. I know it's depressing, but everything, we could fix this if we had the fortitude to do so.
Yep.
And that's first for asking for help. And the bottom line is Stephen Reed and his jaunts he's taken, his 2-week disappearance act he's taken, you know, he's just not the man for the job. He's failed his community, black and white. He just failed. And I tell you, the problem is that just imagine if we had a strong voice in the police department, a police chief, a strong voice that's like, you know what, this guy knows what he's doing. I feel confident he's going to fix it. But we didn't get that. We got a cousin, possibly a sex offender, that was named as police chief after they kicked the other guy out. And I'll tell you right now, the problem we got is the police department, and it's going on everywhere, but the police department is bleeding out officers because they know this mayor and this former police chief, they don't have their back. And so that is the linchpin. We need a strong, outspoken police chief at the Montgomery Police Department, or it needs to be taken over by either the state of Alabama or the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
But that is being left. We just leaving it. We have the opportunity. We can have the voice.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to because our mayor's unable to make the right decision. But I'll shut up here and you tell me what you think. But I also think this is a strategy. I think this is part of that Southern strategy.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to chip away and destroy all these cities in the South that are Democrat-run. And I'm telling you right now, you look downtown, you look all over the city, you look at the politicians in charge and the judges. The judges are your linchpin that we vote for. They are being funded by George Soros. There's money coming into the city from the Tides Foundation and George Soros. That is a fact. EJI, all this stuff. And this is their strategy. Soft on policing, truth in sentencing, stuff like that.
Well, to give it back to you, I don't know if I couldn't sit here myself and prove everything you just said, but the line that always runs through my mind when we're looking now at local politics or national whatever is mistakes of this magnitude aren't made honestly.
Right.
And
it's a strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stephen Reed is part of the strategy to demoralize your city and turn it into a cesspool. And I think ultimately the goal of all this police stuff, I mean, I hate to say it's a microcosm here, but it's all over the country. Barack Obama, what did he want? He wanted a national police force. He wants your police force to be so failed that you're asking for the federal government to help, and they'll take over a national police force around the country.
Yeah, no,
That's the
thank
only
you.
thing, all I think.
No, thank you. But I appreciate the call, Chris.
Yep, y'all have a good one.
See you, Chris.
Gonna hit a quick break here,
Right.
folks. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Make 2024 the year you break away from the chain stores and join us here at Adams Drugs. We value your business and want to provide you the best customer service at the lowest possible price. We've been serving up excellent customer service here in the River region for over 62 years.
I made the swap to Adams Drugs and I couldn't be happier. Having a job and then getting 3 kids to all of their activities keeps me busy. I don't have an hour to waste waiting on a prescription. At Adams, they know me and my family. I get in and out in minutes, and when I can't get by Adams, they'll bring the prescription right to my door.
What are you waiting for? Come in to Adams Drugs and let us earn your business. Our friendly and personal staff will talk with you and answer any questions you may have about your prescriptions. Your satisfaction is our #1 goal. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local independent Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Craving authentic Italian? Every Friday and Saturday evening, Epicure and Jack's Tavern transforms into an Italian paradise. From homemade pasta to classic Italian specialties, let them transport you to Italy. Their executive chef, Glenn Tarantino, crafts every dish to perfection.
Discover a world of exquisite wines at Epicure and Jack's Tavern. From La Crema to Camus, enjoy their full line of wines at below retail prices, perfect for dine-in or carry-out. Savor the flavors of top-tier wines without breaking the bank. Experience the wine wonderland at Epicure and Jack's Tavern.
This year has had some pretty good sales, but nothing in Montgomery tops this one. It's the Memorial Day event at Toyota of Montgomery, our only event where you get paid to save. Friday through Monday only. Buy any new Toyota and get a $500 Amazon gift card. Plus, absolutely incredible once-a-year leases on the new 2024 Corolla LE. $199 a month. New 2024 Camry LE. $290 a month. Trade in your old car and get up to $5,000 over book value for your trade. This is the sale you've been waiting all year for, and it's only happening through Memorial Day Monday. There's no better time to drive home a new Toyota. And for the first time ever, you're getting a $500 Amazon gift card. It all ends Memorial Day Monday. Rush to Toyota of Montgomery today or shop online now at toyotamontgomery.com. Part of the Sutherland Automotive Group. Gift card while supplies last. Gift card cannot be combined with other special offers. Corolla LE TSRP 24, 183. Camry LE TSRP 30,364. 12,000 miles per year for 36 month lease. Bid 5,999 to assign $0 security deposit with 3 credits. That's a clear, fair, and mileage. Low trade value plus tax, tag, title, and $995 document. Ends 5/27/2024.
The River Region's News Talk station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm Joey. That fella over there is Eddie in his fishing shirt.
It's a pool liner.
Yeah, it really is. Wait, where do you get that? Because I was in the Academy Sports the other day. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, this looks like an Eddie store to me.
I think this one come from the Sam's.
Oh, Sam's.
That brand, the Habit, whatever that is.
The Sam's. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But I wanted to get something for us to put out there.
Sure.
Sell, but I can't find a cool one anymore.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep working on it. Let's go to East of the Rockies. Hey, East.
What up, East?
Hey, I'm looking forward to you guys having matching Hawaiian shirts on the air there. That
an
would
idea,
be
Joey.
great.
That's an idea.
And there might be headbands in the works, so you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, here's my question on this subject. I've been hearing people in Montgomery talk about slow response time on 911.
Mm-hmm.
Even calling and no one answers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be addressed. Look, I know a bunch of people. Granted, I don't live in Montgomery. I work here. I know grandmothers and people that live here, and I want to know that they're going to be taken care of if they dial 911. And if no one answers, what do we do?
Well, I mean, I don't mean to sound so blunt, but you have to hang up and call back.
Yep.
I mean, it's sad. Yeah. It's sad, but people ask that question all the time. That's the only piece of advice for them. This is a situation we're in. You can't do anything to vote them out or anything right now, but I mean,
I wonder.
Don't let off any
and
pressure.
Joey, this might be a question for you, but do we have any provisions in Alabama law for recalling a mayor?
I don't believe
Don't
so.
believe so.
Yeah, it might be something we want to work on in this next election.
More and more people have brought
think
that up, though.
Yeah, because this kind of thing. I mean, you think about your moms and your grandmothers and stuff. They need to be safe, and we can't. This idea of having a national Gestapo, no, thank you. That's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen. So
I'm with you on that.
But you guys are doing a good job. Keep it up.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. 272-9228.
Don't knock the city too hard. They have come out with policies. You remember a while back, people were complaining that no one was getting the leaves and the sticks and that kind of thing picked up fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
The city came out with a new policy. Bag it.
Having been down there and having gotten to know a lot of these folks, they are trying to do well. I'll put it that way.
What's the holdup, man? I mean, that's
some of it's lack of resources.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what's so frustrating. You and I from the outside think this is easy to fix. Just do A, B, and C. And when you get inside, there's a few more parts in there.
Well, I'll put it this way. Given how quietly Chief Albert was let go, I still don't feel like you, me, many people in this city, in this part of the world, really know what's going on there at MPD.
We don't.
Because they don't want to talk anymore.
Nope.
And I get that. But there's something where you need somebody to come in at a leadership level and knock some heads together. I'll put it that way.
Well, it's treated like a private organization. It's a public organization. There should be a lot of transparency that's just not there.
272-9228. We got to hit this top of the hour break, but first, this part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And there at Montgomery Men's Health, well, guys, these things start to happen as you get older, like ED, erectile dysfunction. It just ain't working.
Right.
Sorry, honey. I'm embarrassed. Or it could be a more generalized problem that's actually leading to that ED or a low sex drive, low testosterone. And again, it's not something to be embarrassed about. Don't be ashamed about it. You can get it fixed. Don't deny or put it off. Go to Montgomery Men's Health. They were created to take care of fellas who are a little hesitant to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And they can help you in so many ways. So if you're lacking motivation, energy, and drive, including a decrease in sex drive, perhaps seeing unwanted weight gain, loss of muscle mass, even, you just feel like you're walking through life in a fog. It's more a mental haze that's over your mind. Well, knowing whether you have low testosterone is huge in combating some of these issues. And the providers there at Montgomery Men's Health can conduct a testosterone-focused lab workup plus a consultation for only $99. And they have low T treatments there that can truly change lives. Men can experience higher energy, better gains in the gym. Brother. Better mental clarity, improved sleep patterns, a faster metabolism, usually even notice an increased libido.
It's all right.
And it's all right.
That is all right.
So come on, guys. It's time to feel amazing and hit your goals this year. You can actually book the same day that you call. That number, 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book your appointment today. Second hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. A former employee armed with a handgun opened fire at a linen company in a Philadelphia suburb, killing 2 people and wounding 3 others. The shooting at Delaware County Linen in Chester occurred early Wednesday. The shooter fled the scene in a vehicle but was captured a short time later. A motive remains under investigation. No names released. Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes sank last month, pushed down by high mortgage rates and rising prices. The National Association of Realtors reporting that existing home sales fell 1.9% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 4.14 million from a revised 4.22 million in March. Stocks are wavering and are currently lower. The Dow is down 58 points. The Nasdaq 1 point in the red. This is SRN News.
Biden has started tracking Christians like cattle. Yes, you heard it right. He pressured banks to tag transactions for certain keywords. One of them is Holy Bible. That's a horrifying and creepy attack on our religious freedoms. It's made possible by a digital financial system that makes you a sitting duck. but you do have other options. I recommend a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. I'm Lance Wallnau, a news analyst, a best-selling author, and evangelical leader to people who cherish their financial independence. A precious metals IRA can help you avoid the scrutiny of Biden's anti-Christian bureaucracy while also preserving your retirement savings. To find out more, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word FAITH to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and see how a gold IRA can help you. Text FAITH to 989898. There are no strings attached. So text FAITH to the number 989898 right now and take action to protect your own prosperity.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Hi, everybody. It's a warm, dry, quiet pattern, and looking at other parts of the country, quiet is good. Meanwhile, we are heating up. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature up to about 91. Yeah, the humidity is higher, but it's not quite crazy yet. Partly cloudy, 69 for the low tonight. Near 90 again tomorrow, dry, sunny. Then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, random, widely scattered, mostly afternoon and evening hit-or-miss storms. A routine holiday weekend forecast with highs in the low 90s and more scattered random storms on Memorial Day Monday, high 91. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At CB&S Bank, we've been meeting the needs of our customers since 1906. Need help setting up new business goals? Our line of commercial loans can help you achieve them. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. 5 people have now been arrested and charged in the Atlanta highway shootout where Amy Dix was shot as she was sitting in her car, leaving her paralyzed from the chest down. Acting Montgomery Police Chief John Hall said traffic cameras in the area of the shooting helped identify the suspects. Selma hometown hero Asher Havon became the first Alabama native to win on NBC Television's The Voice last night. The 31-year-old Havon wowed the judges and the audience to seal his triumph Tuesday night when he and coach Reba McEntire performed a duet of On My Own during the finale. A Montgomery man has been arrested after a Tuesday robbery at a fast food restaurant. 21-year-old Quadarius Bailey walked up to the drive-through window at Checkers on Coliseum Boulevard, pulled out a gun, and demanded money. Bailey fled on foot with about $60, but was apprehended a short time later. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for waterproof carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measure.
Prattville Carpet is a family-owned flooring store that prides itself on personal service, quality products, and guaranteed installation. From beautiful hardwood floors to luxurious smart strand carpet, Prattville Carpet has you covered. Call, come by, or online at prattvillecarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
Only one event in Montgomery saves and pays. It's the Memorial Day event at Lexus of Montgomery. This Friday through Memorial Day Monday, receive a $500 Amazon gift card with any new Lexus purchase. Drive the new Lexus IS 300, only $463 a month. Plus up to $5,000 over book value for your trade-in. Memorial Day savings end soon, so rush to Lexus of Montgomery, part of the Sutherland Automotive Group. R5150706, 10,000 miles per year, 36 months, but it's $45.27 to the signing with approved credit. See dealer for full offer details. Offers expire 6/4/24.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
Joey Clark.
Welcome to the second hour of News and Views in the afternoon. Of course, we're calling the show online, Joey Clark Live. I am Joey Clark. My trusty co-host Eddie Bader's in the studio.
How you doing, Joe?
Doing all right. Ed?
You powering through, man?
I am, actually.
Good.
I don't know if I got it from the baby or somewhere else, but it is a bit of a cold, folks.
I got a Mucinex if you need it.
Like when I woke up this morning, I'm like, should I call in sick?
But then you manned up, didn't
I did. I really did.
Because you're the man.
Took an Advil, drank a bunch of water, just one, and actually went and got in the sauna, and that seemed to help a great deal.
Do you normally just take like one Advil?
No, not normally.
Okay.
No, because I took a lot yesterday, and I felt even worse.
Really? Made you feel worse?
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
buddy.
I got something. I might take it. We're going to power through.
Mainline some Dayquil, you'll be all right.
I'm a man.
You're a man, baby.
I guess.
Well, yeah, and you have the man flu. So.
Yeah. Let's go to Randall. Hey, Randall, how you doing?
What's up, Randall?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Man, I don't know if y'all probably, don't listen to the break because you got the headphones. You need a little break for your ears, got to breathe. So, he reported on how they caught him. And you remember I told you,
the traffic cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then his team member told you, sitting right there beside you, I can stop in 48 hours. You know what I mean? And and they can. I mean, if everybody says, hey, we want the city, safe like that, and it will be. And that's what I.
But I don't think you have to go full on authoritarian like Russia or China to pull something off here. I think a lot of these guys causing the problem are well known to law enforcement.
I agree with that. But again, if we can't keep them locked up more than a few hours, then
That's
what are
the
we
problem.
doing? I mean, literally, what are we doing?
Is there a way to change the point system at the Senate? I mean, at the at the level down at the state house, or is that something? I don't know how that. They go by the point system. So when they lock them up, depending how many points there are, depending how long they stay. I mean, there's a lot to do with it.
Well,
And
I would think shooting in an occupied vehicle would be pretty high.
Yeah,
points there.
but but if that's his first offense, you know what I mean? They walking. I mean, that's why they want to get them young and get marijuana charges on them. And I know that sounds stupid, but policemen know what they got to do to beat the system. They got to work the system just like the lawyers got to work the system. So if they can get a small marijuana charge or two on them when they're young, you know what I mean? It helps in the future of when they do something big like this, of keeping them locked up. And I just want to ask, the camera system, 20 people sitting there watching the whole system and sending out orders, is that something, can we handle as Americans? Are y'all ready for that? I mean, I don't have to worry about it. But
Right, Randall. That's one of the
ready
benefits of us live out in the county. It'll be 20 years before we see it.
Well, no, I think over-reliance on technology is part of the problem. And the acting chief, John Hall, said this was more, the cameras were useful at initially identifying who did this, but finding them was old-fashioned police work.
Good. Well, Randall, I don't know if you've seen some of the videos.
Pay the little boy to tell on. Yeah, that's Man, I was gonna tell you, you still got. Oh, go ahead, Eddie.
Well, I don't know if you saw the videos that are coming out of Ireland and I guess England too, but they're so sick of the CCTV cameras that they're getting hit with bricks on a regular basis. People are just, and as everyday citizens has just had enough.
Yeah, and there is clothing that's out. It's, you know what I mean? And
I saw the invisible clothing. I saw it.
When it takes you, it actually, you can put it. You can make it with your license plate. You can go through toll bridges and never check up. And there's a way to fix it, and there's a way to fix your hoodie where your face won't get caught. But you know what I mean? Is golly, do we? Would that make us criminal? That makes us a criminal.
Does it make you a criminal, or does it make you just want to keep your identity secret?
And then
it's an interesting thing too, where they talk about all these problems in society, like drugs.
Yeah,
done a real great job tamping down on that over half a century, right? So drugs and human trafficking, which is a real thing,
sure,
we've talked about it. But we've got all these problems here, and so what we need is to take more Americans' liberties away, not actually solve the frickin' problem with a common sense solution.
I'll be honest, Joe. You and me right now could go within a mile of where we're at. We could find drug trafficking. We could find human trafficking. So if I know where it's at, you know where it's at. They know where it's at. Do they really want to stop it? You got to say no, because if they really want to stop it, we can't arrest everybody. Everybody's not doing it. But you can arrest and hold some folks in jail. But as long as I see that going on, then I'm not obeying your traffic laws and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, the downside to the camera thing is that I hate to bring up is us sitting at a restaurant and enjoying just, one little, one beer, and then, you sit there and eat, but, you get to the red light and your facial recognition picks you up and they just pull you over.
Worse than that. There's a guy on Tucker. He's got that phone called Unplugged.
Yeah, Eric Prinz, the founder of Blackwater.
He predicted, I think, 10, 12 years. If I want Randall done with a drone and there's video surveillance everywhere, I feed that picture of Randall to that drone and just send it out.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end of Randall.
Talk County got a bad one. Talk County got a bad one. Yeah. And it even it go 5 miles away before you stand there.
Oh, it'll go more than 5.
I'm going to start living behind nets then. Tight. Well,
stay in the bushes, Joe. You'll be all right.
We could do. You can. The global. What do you call that?
Start wearing ghillie suits here to work.
Not a bad idea, Joey.
You can block the drone where they can't come on your property. It's called
geofencing. There's all kinds of things out there.
There's some jamming tech, but though the drones are able, like in Ukraine, the Russians and the Ukrainians are pretty good at jamming, so they've come up with new techniques to go under that radar and jamming systems, and the most effective thing seems to be nets.
That is.
Oh, my.
Very true.
Oh, you just shoot the net? Yeah.
Well, look at what the Russians are breaking through with these turtle tanks. They're able to, even if a drone hits a tank, if it explodes because it's a small ordnance on the outside because a net catches it, it doesn't destroy the tank in the way it would if it actually gets there.
Another weapon they have, too, is just incredibly fast machine guns that can it's 1,000 rounds in a second that can take out a drone.
And the wonder is all the stuff we're seeing that's been overseas, is it coming back home?
Oof. And it looks that way, Joe.
I'd say yeah, because I don't got no notebook from it, but I know it was January 28th because it scared the crap out of me. Iran sent up 3 satellites. One of them was called Sonaya, Sonaya. If you want to look it up. But they sent up 3 of them, and they did this for the Israel stuff, and they were doing it to. One of them was for the other missiles to learn how to go to the exact spot they needed with long range. If something was to happen. And they was cut out all what do you call it? Communicate NRE. Send a thing that messed up the tracking. This satellite that Iran was shooting up was teaching these missiles to keep going to the spot, even if a wipeout was done. With them messing up the whole. Whatever you call it, the technology they use, you know what I mean? Like the EMPs, if you shoot one of them to mess it up, the missile would keep going to the spot. And this is Iran. Then 2 months later, they sent the missiles, and then they killed the man that the CIA put in place over there to start with. It's coming here.
It's a high stakes game, for sure.
Yeah, our grandkids are going. We talking about it, and they don't care about us talking about it. They kill you if they thought you could stop it. There ain't no doubt about that. But they. Because only, the one person that steps out, like the tall nail gets hit or whatever. If we all do it at the same time, it'd be harder. But
and we keep forgetting that our laws only can do so much. What we're really seeing is a technological race, whether you're talking geopolitically or in your own backyard. It really is a cat and mouse game between, what tech is going to be the most advantageous in a given situation. But I appreciate the call, Randall.
Thank y'all, man.
See you, brother.
Yeah.
272-9228. Patrick says drugs won the drug war. Yeah?
Yeah, no doubt.
Guptown John weighing in saying, hell, Ann Street might as well be renamed Heroin Row. Police ain't really done squat in that area.
Well, it's just like when you see the videos of, it's not so much here, but in other, especially big cities, and you see the drug zombies. Start with them. Start picking them up. Yep. I don't get it. You can't tell me there's a Southern saying, you're peeing on my leg and trying to tell me it's raining.
Right.
Just ain't happening.
Right. Well, it never really rains that hard. That gum.
Yeah. Some Southern thunderstorms.
What is your nickname, Kegel? 272-9228. That's 272-9228. Let's go to the line 3 on the air. Who's this? Hello?
News Talk.
Anybody there?
It's your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I hear her.
Right.
She just
Well,
wanna
I do
hear your
like
voice,
the,
Joey.
you know, I just like, I fell for a silent type.
I know you do like quiet type. A little older, a little quiet. That's my boy right there.
No, and it shouldn't be something that is so daggum hard to solve. I think this is, in many ways, self-imposed limits. It's kind of like when we send American troops to certain theaters and
tie their hands behind their
with
back.
rules of engagement.
Can't stand that.
And I'm not saying put the National Guard out there on the streets for martial law. No. I'm saying that the folks that are causing most of the problems in Montgomery and Birmingham, it's not that many.
Right.
They're probably known. And all it takes is a bit of deterrence. Doesn't require you going in and going all El Salvador by any means, nor should we. Though, you know, you remember what he did, right? It's like if you're in a gang, you have a tattoo denoting you're in that gang. You got one of those tattoos, right to jail.
Right to jail, straight to jail.
Seems to have worked for them.
Mm-hmm. You know, if I had one of those tattoos and it was on my arm, I'd be known as the one-arm guy because I ain't going to jail.
Let's go to line one. Well, a gringo like you have been already dead. You're on there. Who's this?
Simpler days.
Hey, Simpler days.
Well, gentlemen, we are in a war. And there's no nice, easy way to win a war. And all the talking, all the going down there to City Hall is not going to change it. What's going to change it is when, because it's affecting the politicians indirectly right now. It's warm, and it's getting warmer, but it's not affecting them directly. But when they start getting their cars shot up, when they start getting carjacked, when they start getting injured, when their family members, when it affects them directly, then you will see movement. You will see change. And then the mayor will be at the city council meeting because it will affect him directly. But we're in a war, and they've got to know what the mission is. And right now, and I talked to a bunch of officers the other night, they don't know what the mission is. They don't know who's leading them. And you got to spell out the mission. You got to tell them you want them to go out there and enforce the law, put people in jail, and it's not going to be pretty. You're going to see people down on the street in handcuffs, and the mayor is going to have to stand with them in the storm and say, this is what we have to do to retake the turf.
Well, Chris made a very good point earlier. If you go down to like the EJI Center and all that stuff, you'll see it's not just about the history of lynching and the history of Jim Crow. You actually see this continuation in the argument saying, well, the new Jim Crow are all these black and brown men being thrown in prison now, being locked away. And so if you've got a community who, and I'm pretty convinced it's not just white folks, it's black, white, everybody in town who's just trying to live right is a little tired of this, putting it mildly. But you got a community calling out saying, hey, you need to stop this crap. And yet so much of what Montgomery is now known for nationally, talk about the tourism dollars coming in, that ideology kind of flies in the face of facing this clear-eyed like you're suggesting.
Well, it's just like the trauma surgeon that comes down here from Huntsville to try to help out with the gunshots, wounds, the homicide victims, try to save them. And then he's a victim of crime when he stops in a Subway to get a sandwich. And if you talk to the nurses that work the ER, they know those numbers that they're spouting out are not legit. and then the toll and the trauma that it's taken on those nurses, seeing that every night, weekend after weekend, the effect it's having on the officers that see it every night, every weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, when is the mayor going to stay in town and quit going to Las Vegas, New York, Atlanta, and care about the citizens of Montgomery? That ought to be his number one priority.
And it gets real simple, like you're saying, too, when you have somebody up there at the council meeting saying they're now threatening up to shoot up the funeral. What is that? You're in a situation where somebody thinks they're strong and nobody can touch them.
Yeah.
You, if you're actually claiming to be the authority in this city, have to show, no, I'm stronger than you. Don't do
Joey,
this.
I mean, it's just like after, 9/11. Everybody volunteered. Everybody wanted to sign up. Everybody wanted to get on board because they knew what the mission was. And there wasn't any confusion about what they were supposed to do when they got over there. But when the officers are confused, when you're sending them mixed messages, then why they want to going to get out of the car? Why they want to go chase criminals if they know if something goes south, you're not going to stand behind them.
No,
you're
they're on
going to
their
hang
own.
them out to dry.
Yep.
You're not going to get officers the numbers that you need. They could fix this if they had the bodies. Yeah, I mean, it's not rocket science, Joey. You have aggressive patrol patterns. You go where the fish are.
Right.
And you enforce the law evenly and fairly. But there's no nice way to put somebody in jail that's resisting you, fighting you, trying to take your weapon. And they're going to have to make a decision, or the city is going to continue to spiral out of control, and they can order more body bags, but it's not going to change. And like I said, the only thing that affects politicians, they live on getting reelected, and they'll tell you anything and everything. But when it hits them directly, and it's coming, I guarantee you. You know, just like with a Nye Law, that right there wouldn't have happened in Montgomery. If that would have been, say, a girl from ASU, and she'd gotten abducted and shot here in Montgomery, do you think that they would have done what Auburn did? Do you think it would have become a state law? It's just like if you go to Auburn right now and look at the city on the entrance into Auburn off of 85.
Yeah.
You don't see what you see in Montgomery because there's an expectation.
Yeah.
We don't want that in our city. And law enforcement officers have been told, keep them moving. Don't harass them, just keep them moving. Don't let them lie, keep them moving. But I just hope before the Titanic goes completely down, because the band's playing now. Y'all have a good day, gentlemen.
See you, bud.
272-9228. That's 272-9228. And for the record, I hate talking about this.
Well,
we will, because it's real.
This is probably before your
I
time.
hate that this is real.
This is probably before your time where you were in Auburn. I looked it up just to make sure it wasn't crazy. Back in August 2006, they had problems like this in Chisholm. And they did one big raid on the Chisholm community.
Really?
Yep. I think the Art Baylor was the chief of police at the
that
time.
makes about right. Makes sense.
I remember some people freaking out about it. I think Bobby Bright was the mayor. I think some people were freaking out about it, but more people were very welcoming to that fact. And I know it was a big police action, and honestly, at the time, I thought it was a bit of overkill. I guess I've gotten older because I'm all about bringing that back. We've got to do something.
Well, as we keep saying, though, it depends on who you're going to put in leadership and
Yeah,
what sort of mandate do they have.
That's kind of
what sort of mission are they given?
That upsets me too with voters. I don't get it, and I don't get how we end up with Biden now because you didn't want a strong man. Who do you want for a coach? Who do you want for a leader? Do you want soft people? I don't understand that. Why would you ever want a soft leader?
Oh, and it gets into a fairly philosophical question. If you think of the kid who is growing up in a broken home, who, say, the media and art he consumes is very violent.
Mm-hmm.
All of his friends are part of that same culture. So every incentive is he's going to probably make the wrong decision. So is it poverty? Is it the things you put into your mind? Is it the home life? Or could we still hold out at the end of the day that you can do right? That you can make choices despite your circumstances for the good. Context does matter, and people are dealt better hands than others in this world. That's certainly true. The only way, especially if you're dealt the worst hand, anything's going to get better, is if you choose to do right. And I think sometimes we want to abstract, intellectualize. It's this, if we do the poverty rates, we get the education better and all that stuff. Yeah. But in the moment, it's up to individuals to make the right choices. Else we go down this hippy-dippy land that Sam Harris is pushing, that there's no such thing as free will.
But we can't
which is nonsense.
We can't nice our way out of every situation. And that's just it. We're always, we need to be nicer. We need to be more understanding. No, at some point, enough is enough.
272-9228. Like I said, though, I hate
me too.
We and the community are having to talk about this.
But like you said about the individual, and not to go down too far, but I've got a good friend, came from a horrible home.
Yeah.
Parents are drug addicts, drug dealers. In fact, everybody in his family is, except for him. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't really even drink. He's got a great job and finished high school, finished ASU. He deals with his family at arm's length because he knows he doesn't want to end up going down that road. But he saw what was around him his whole life. And he decided he was going to be better. And he was. And he is.
And there are a lot of people who have made that choice.
Yeah.
Just not enough.
But I mean, in his home, he saw strangers come in every day buying drugs his whole life. His whole life.
Yeah.
And he was able to say, you know what? That's not me. I'm not going to put my kids in that situation.
272-9228. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. This is Babs.
Hey, Babs.
Unless the drug situation is handled by arresting people, you know it's not going to get any better. But my main thing is there are not enough policemen in Montgomery. Who would want to be a policeman in Montgomery? Second of all, the ones that are there have their hands full. And would you want to go out and take a chance on getting killed about drugs and gangs? No. And a question that I keep asking, now I live in Prattville. Thank God I don't live in Montgomery anymore. But why do we keep having to go out of state to find a police chief for the city of Montgomery?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a really good question.
It doesn't make sense.
Nope, it does not.
It is payback.
Well, the last from Montgomery was Kevin Murphy, right? And so with Finley, we went with, he's from Atlanta, right? Mm-hmm. And then I guess Albert's from New Orleans.
And that's kind of about the time we changed policy. We went from holding people accountable to Gladhead.
Yes, sir.
Being everybody's friend. And how's that working?
I tell you one thing that y'all got that can't be beat, and that's your sheriff over there. Sheriff Cunningham.
Yeah, he's a man.
He is phenomenal. So
that's
my comment.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, Babs. Love you.
I appreciate it. Love you guys.
And maybe, like we saw, it was a joint task force that the marshals helped organize with multiple law enforcement entities that, found these particular guys did the shooting on Atlanta Highway. Maybe that's where it's going. Or it has to, because in many ways we do have to be honest. It's not just locals. In fact, some of the more worse elements would be folks that are just passing through. We have to understand we are at that interchange between 65 and 85.
Oh, yeah.
It's a major thoroughfare for all sorts of illicit trades.
And also, whether you like to believe it or not, you got cartel action. Because of where we are, our location, and we have no border, cartel is very strong here.
Yep.
And they don't even address that. They honestly act like that doesn't happen. That's not there. Oh, it's there.
How about this? Let's hit a break. Be right back, folks.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Get ready, folks. It is back June 1st. One day only this year. It's from 10 until 7 o'clock. There'll be lots of Greek food cooking demonstrations. It's the Greek Big Cookout coming up this weekend on Saturday, June number 1. One day only this year. It happens every year. You don't want to miss it. But this year, one day only, June the 1st. This year, it is going to be from 10 until 7. The Greek Orthodox Church. You know how good it is. So we will see you there.
This is your roving reporter, and today I am talking with an elk. Hey man, Mr. Elk, I was just wondering, what do elk do to take care of their money? Well, like most smart folks, we call David Ernest. You mean Alabama's most favorite asset preservationist? That's him, man. We call him up at 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. I see. Yes, he is our preferred money man. The money man with the money plan. You've been paying attention. Well, could you give us those numbers one more time? 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. And I just want to try to give you a heads up, man. Oh, what's that? I'm not an elk. Not an elk, huh? Well, then, pray tell, what are you? Knights of Columbus. I am not even going to make a comment. Well, the baby liked it.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
The owner's engaged. We like the concept. I know we can sell it. And here's why. If it's working well in one community, then it'll work well in other communities or markets of like kind.
Bernie Juno is on the search for franchisable businesses. And if he finds one he likes, he's going to help it get to the next level or he'll die trying. Listen to What's Working Saturday noon or find us online at what'sworkingcam.com.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Weather is brought to you by the Johnny Adams Law Firm.
Your health and well-being can quickly be impacted by changing weather. The Johnny Adams Law Firm wants you to remain safe and be weather alert with the Rich Thomas Weather Network.
Hi, everybody. It's a warm, dry, quiet pattern, and looking at other parts of the country, quiet is good. Meanwhile, we are heating up. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature up to about 91. Yeah, the humidity is higher, but it's not quite crazy yet. Partly cloudy, 69 for the low tonight. Near 90 again tomorrow, dry, sunny. Then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, random, widely scattered, mostly afternoon and evening hit-or-miss storms. A routine holiday weekend forecast with highs in the low 90s and more scattered random storms on Memorial Day Monday, high 91. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
This spring, mow with the flow with a Kubota zero-turn mower. John Bobo with Capital Tractor. Kubota Z232 puts power where you need it, when you need it. Save now with our spring specials. Powering Alabama, Capital Tractor, Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the Afternoon. I'm Joey Clark. He's Eddie Bader.
What's up? I like this little ditty, by the way.
This one?
Yeah.
It was a good day.
It was good. I like it.
I do need to get in a better routine where I'm just making stuff without it being too contrived and conscious of it. Just sit down, start jamming.
When you put yourself in that, like, I got to write a song, or it's kind of hard. I mean, I know you do that once a week or several times a week to get your once a week out. But
it is difficult in the sense of, number one, I'm going to lose 5, 6, 7 hours. Like, it's a time warp. I'll look up and go, oh my goodness, there goes the entire evening. And then the real issue, though, is I wake up the next day, we come here to do the show, and my mind's on that.
Right.
And I don't want to be covering stupid politics.
Welcome to life, big boy.
Yeah, no, it's the nature of things.
Yep.
But
sucks.
I'll figure it out. Like this cold, I'll figure it out. Again, 272-9228. I was asking Jeff Poor earlier, do you think these trials help or hurt Trump? And it's fun to see all these folks trotting out these lines of like how much it's hurting Trump.
I haven't seen it though. I've heard the line.
I don't see it necessarily. So let's play a series of clips here. The first one is from the spicy, oh girl, oh baby girl, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's asked about all these things going on with Trump. Here's what she had to say.
And by the way, he's doing it in the South Bronx not to make a point, but because he's got court. And the man practically has the legal version of an ankle bracelet around him, and he can't leave the 5 boroughs because he always has to be in court. And so it is truly an embarrassment to him. And by the way...
So what she's saying is effectively our plan is working because, this is a BS trial.
Yes.
And so we're keeping him trapped in this 5 boroughs and he really can't campaign.
Right. And so that's why he's doing that event in the Bronx. And I'm sure, Bronxites are like the average person's going to hate him. I don't know about that.
I don't think so. I don't think so, Joey.
I think you're internet famous, AOC. You ain't famous back at home.
Right. Have you seen her?
Well,
district,
you're famous enough. You keep winning elections.
You seen her district?
No.
It's kind of trashy.
Is it trashy?
Yeah,
That's very rude to say.
No, just, well,
there's a guy
tour.
from Highland Garden.
Oh, come a long way.
Yeah.
I know trashy when I see it.
Right. Well, it's not just AOC, though. And I admit, I think AOC is still a little easy on the eye, so I can listen to it, only for so long, though.
He's doing it in the South Bronx not to make a point, but because he's got court. And the man practically has the legal version of an ankle bracelet around him, and he can't leave the 5 boroughs because he always has to be in court. And so it is truly an embarrassment.
An embarrassment to whom, honey?
Kind of, at this point, I got to be honest.
An embarrassment to whom, doll?
The Democrats at this point, because their plan not really working.
But she's not the only one. You remember this joker?
As you have watched this from the sidelines, given this sort of hypothesis that you've, made public, this is really kind of a form of organized crime or operates like that. What have you thought about this hush money trial?
It felt familiar to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I found my own reaction so dramatic that I tried to suppress it.
Yes, folks, that is the voice of James Comey.
Thought so, okay. Thought he went and fell off the edge of the earth.
No, he's on MSNBC's Alex Wagner.
They're reeling him back in.
So let's keep listening to him. Oh, I had to tamp down my reaction. My reactions.
But it kept coming back and coming back. It
came back. It came back fully.
Yeah. They even did the Cosa Nostra trick of trying to bring people into court to rattle a witness, like the Godfather 2, Michael Corleone,
the one that got caught lying?
Frankie Pentangeli's brother from Sicily to try and rattle him. I don't think Lauren Boebert or J.D. Vance have that effect on a witness.
They didn't have to travel.
Well, if they didn't have that effect, maybe he's not doing a Godfather Part 2 move. Olive oil. We were in the olive oil business. Baby James, your head's so... full of nonsense.
He's a waterhead.
Keep going. That's a creative way. I can't believe this guy was the head of the FBI.
But it's a lot. They even dress like the mobsters do. So yes, it felt familiar.
Mm-hmm.
What did you, we sort of read that excerpt from David Pecker's testimony where he talks about this meeting in January of 2017. You're there. Dave Pecker enters the room. Trump says he knows more than anybody else here. Do you remember that meeting?
Yeah, I want to be careful. I don't want to comment on a witness's testimony until the jury has rendered a verdict. But I wrote down everything that happened. And if you read my memos, that's not recorded in it. It doesn't mean that Pecker's being dishonest. He may just have a different recollection than I do.
Interesting. We do have, just because some of the checks.
Okay, that's enough. But you're getting the gist of it. And they have a graphic in the background that says the MAGA Mafia.
Ooh, are we part of the MAGA Mafia?
Not really. Look at us. I'm not part of any mafia.
I'm part of Chisholm Mafia.
You are?
Yeah, I have been my whole life.
Okay, I forgot about
Born into
that.
that.
Yeah, there's no such thing as the County Downs mob.
Too bad, because that sounds really hard. Scary.
You try to upkeep those medians and those flower beds.
Actually, it looks very nice.
It is a very nice neighborhood.
Yeah, I give you credit for that.
No, I love that too. When we're arguing over who's the mafia here, I'm like, maybe the FBI, maybe the government is a gang, and they don't like their turf being encroached on.
But these are gang members of that gang, Joey. Are they not?
But it's always the other guy who's the mobster.
Right.
Maybe it's just competing gangs that will lie and manipulate and steal. But, I've gone on that rant before.
Well, I think you've got a good point there, especially with government departments. They do. They'll go against each other because one wants the money and the other one also wants the money.
Right. Exactly right. But to respond to AOC, girl, baby girl, and James Comey, that jolly green giant. It is amazing a guy that tall can get his head up his ass that far.
He's very flexible, apparently.
And by the way, I'm very in touch with that emotion. So I'm saying this as somebody who's done that myself. I've gotten it up there pretty well.
Yoga much, bro?
No, I'm not that flexible, brah. What the hell are you using that language for? Speak, like an adult man.
Can't help it. I'm 54. I'm trying to be hip.
No, but responding to all this nonsense?
Yeah.
You know who he is. We don't even have to show it. We'll just play the audio.
All right.
I am saying is he's the president of the United States, the former president of the United States. You talk to us about Russian collusion. You talk to us about a bevy of things over the years. Man still running. Four indictments, 91 counts, and the man gets more campaign dollars. Climbing in the polls, okay? And last time I checked, he still ain't been in cuffs. He still ain't been put behind bars. And he's the presumptive GOP nominee. You can't stop him. You cannot stop him. And so
is that Duke?
No, that's Stephen A. Smith.
Oh.
I don't know why they put that stupid song underneath there.
Yeah,
it was driving me a little nuts. But Stephen A. making his point. That was Patrick Bet-David's
Yeah, he's
podcast
not making no
yesterday.
friends with his comments.
No, he's been consistent on this. He's not voting for Trump.
Right. And he's been honest, but he's laying it out there.
He's just tired of seeing y'all cheat. Oh, but the other side's the mob. Again,
they cheat harder.
Maybe we're all mobsters now that we have to fight over this political power, because that's what self-government and freedom's all about, right? Which gang can control things? That's exactly what it's all about. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. Wasn't it great seeing Madeline yesterday?
I went back and watched the podcast
Yeah.
yesterday. It was great. Also, I did look like a boat captain.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I will not wear that shirt again.
Yeah, but I was so, I'm thankful that Madeline stuck around for so long.
I did too. It was great hanging out with her the whole show.
But it was great getting into this idea that they can really help you in detailed ways. So say you don't know your credit score.
Yeah.
Or it's probably not that great, but you want to, make the right moves in order to get in a position to buy a home. They can help you do that.
They sure can, Joey.
In fact, that's kind of what the pre-approval process is. They're trying to see, okay, where's your credit? What's the income? Well,
they kind of help you set, okay, this is my budget. This is what I can spend on a house. Because honestly, if you just go start looking and then go get pre-approved, chances are you're in for a little bit of heartbreak.
And then from there, they can walk you through that home buying process, like inspections, appraisals, the negotiations, and then finally closing day.
The best day.
It is a good day. Always be closing, Eddie.
Always, baby.
Even if you look like a boat captain some days. And of course, they can also help you there at Alabama Home Mortgage with those refinance deals. And so if you're stuck under a mountain of credit card debt, or maybe you're just looking to restructure your finances so you can reinvest in your property, yourself, your family, they can help you do exactly that there at Alabama Home Mortgage. So call them up today, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always visit them on the web. Apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, Mr. Joe.
Hey.
Hey, there is a difference. You didn't put enough emphasis. I mean, you come on now. What's going on with Ivy? I mean, what's up with that? With these college grants and all this other crap? And we're sitting here talking about it as we speak. She didn't fall off the wagon? I don't guess. Hell, I don't know. But what's the deal, man? Because Alabama was doing so good for so long, and now we're catering to more illegals than we are our own people in our own state. I thought you're supposed to take care of your own state first.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, Joey, you're good at this because, hey, man, I don't have a problem with helping someone that's in need, but I look at the veterans. I mean, what a bunch of crap they're having to put up with.
Mm-hmm.
For treatment, they're getting third-rate attention, but illegals is getting first-rate.
Yep.
I mean, what does that say to the young people that want to enlist in the military? Well, hell, why would I want to go fight for the country if I'm going to be treated in the back of the line?
Good point.
And yes, sir. I mean, Joey, man, I mean, you've done a lot of heck of a good interviews, my friend, and I mean, that's why I applaud you. Because
No, I've never had the pleasure of interviewing Kay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll make
I don't think I've ever met her.
I'll make a call.
Well, Joey, they changed Dexter Avenue to Bourbon Street.
Oh, did they?
Well, yeah, she's got a bottle drop in her office. The bottles fall straight down to the base.
See, now you're making her sound awesome. You stop that.
I want to go party with Kay.
No, actually, that sounded like you projecting your dreams onto her. Like you want a bottle drop.
Wait a minute. I got a can drop.
Oh, okay, right.
Hey, Joey. Hey, look. I mean, I want you because you are. You can be. Fire can be lit. And the people, by the way, I need to start getting commission. I've got 4 new listeners to you guys on 93.1.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Really awesome.
1819 and Sky and you and Napolitano. And I had a guy at work said, he don't interview Napolitano. I said, you're full of crap. I said, yes, he does.
We'll fight about it.
Well, thank you.
When's the next call from him?
It's always Tuesday at noon.
Yep.
Tuesday at noon. I will make it a point. But, Joey, you give them, you know what? And I mean it, because you'll stay on top, and you don't really care whose feelings you hurt.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, but I don't like hurting feelings all the same. But I appreciate the call, Eric. Really do.
See you, man.
But
thanks for looking out for us, sticking up for us. Now, that's hilarious.
Fight about it?
Like somebody got into a slap fight over the fact if Judge Knapp is on that Joey Clark show.
He don't interview him.
We got to hit a break. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
This year has had some pretty good sales, but nothing in Montgomery tops this one. It's the Memorial Day event at Toyota of Montgomery, our only event where you get paid to save. Friday through Monday only. Buy any new Toyota and get a $500 Amazon gift card. Plus, absolutely incredible once-a-year leases on the new 2024 Corolla LE. $199 a month. New 2024 Camry LE. $290 a month. Trade in your old car and get up to $5,000 over book value for your trade. This is the sale you've been waiting all year for, and it's only happening through Memorial Day Monday. There's no better time to drive home a new Toyota. And for the first time ever, you're getting a $500 Amazon gift card. It all ends Memorial Day Monday. Rush to Toyota of Montgomery today or shop online now at toyotamontgomery.com. Part of the Sutherland Automotive Group.
Gift card while supplies last. Gift card cannot be combined with other special offers. Corolla LE TSRP 24, 183. Camry LE TSRP 30,364. 12,000 miles per year for 36 month lease with $5,999 through signing. $0 security deposit with free credit. Excessive wear, tear, and mileage. By trade value plus tax, tag, title, and $995. Ends 5/27/2024.
Back in the day, cars didn't even have safety belts. Everything was fine. Why do I need them now?
This suit was expensive. I don't want to wrinkle it with the seatbelt, and it's just not comfortable.
I've been driving for years and I've never been in a wreck. I know what I'm doing. I don't need seatbelts.
Why would I wear my seatbelt? It's just a quick trip to the store.
There's no good excuse, and that goes for your kids too. Click it or ticket.
Brought to you by Adicolettes.
Now you can add the power of digital advertising to the #1 reach of radio. Let Blue Water's 20 years of local advertising and marketing success show you how. Grow your business with a complete suite of digital solutions, combined with the reach of the most listened to radio group in the river region. Call us or go to BlueWaterBroadcasting.com to find out how we can increase your return on investment. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Epic twist alert. Fox tonight on the season finale of The Masked Singer. Be there for the celebrity reveal that fooled everyone. Then it's the season premiere of Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars. With a clash of two culinary heavyweights, Gordon goes head-to-head with Lisa Vanderpump.
Buckle up, big boy.
To find the next great food entrepreneur.
If she thinks she can win this, she can Vanderpump off.
Tonight on Fox 20.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm Joey. This fella right here is Eddie.
Hey, buddy.
This is a little thing we call News and Views in the afternoon. Or if you're watching online, Joey Clark Live. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. That's 272-9228. So coming up, we could get into all sorts of the politicking going on out there in this beautiful world of ours. It still is funny to me that John Bolton felt like he needs to volunteer he was voting for Dick Cheney. Just
I assume
really?
it's the right end what we're doing. Is he encouraging others?
I know, like.
But you know, Joey, there are people out there that right now, oh yeah, I'm with the Walrus.
Now, have you ever been to the Cannes Film Festival?
No.
Or Cannes? Or no, Cannes Film Festival? I haven't either.
No.
Well, apparently this year it got steamy. They had
Oh, yeah?
strippers and sex motels.
Then why didn't we go?
I don't know. Maybe it's because you're married
You got
and
media
I'm
pass.
trying not to be.
You
too,
need a chaperone.
Too
I
much
could be your chaperone.
I'm trying not to be such a prodigal son.
Oh, I got you. Good point.
Trying to make life smaller. Just reset here, you know? Like, I don't need to go to France and go stay in some sex motel. Certainly not with you.
My sisters and mother go to France quite often, every couple years, and they always say it smells. The hotels smell.
It smells?
The hotels smell like Bourbon Street.
Really? Is it just a French thing?
I think so. You know, they not the freshest smelling people, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty nasty place. I mean, it sounds like a lot of fun, too.
It does, though.
I mean, who doesn't want to go do something like that, right, folks? Go, see a strip show and go stay. I don't even know what a sex motel is.
I was going to ask you off air. I'm not. You have to have sex to go to the hotel, or is that part of the room, or how does that even work?
I don't even. But this is from this rag called AFP, the Yahoo News reporting on it. The Cannes Film Festival took a steamy turn Wednesday as a sex worker saga called Anora wowed critics.
Anora?
Anora. And a red-hot Brazilian thriller set in a seedy adult motel had its world premiere.
Sounds a lot like Rochelle.
With the French film gathering near its climax, Anora, which begins as a modern Cinderella tale about a New York erotic dancer. So instead of scrubbing floors, she's
just keeps getting weird.
Grinding something else out.
Okay.
Annie, played by Mickey Madison from Scream, is an escort who works in a Manhattan strip club, occasionally providing extra services for clients.
Oh.
She strikes gold when a transactional affair with Ivan, the 21-year-old son of a Russian oligarch, rapidly escalates into something more. But when Ivan's billionaire parents hear rumors of marriage and dispatch a trio of goons to fix the situation, Annie must decide whether to cling on to her dream new life or cooperate. I'm not interested in seeing this stupid crap. Yeah, no thank you in that regard.
They got any other good movies at that place?
Francis Ford Coppola's ambitious fable Megapolis.
Dude, that's the one that Greg and I were talking about the other day. It's taken him so long to film and all the money he's got in the world. So you know it's got to be a garbage movie.
It has
if
someone,
no one's gonna back
apparently
you.
some people at Con liked it, and others, well, it was kind of a polarizing.
Dude, I just...
Well, the Donald Trump biopic, The Apprentice,
Yeah?
has drawn strong reviews as well as legal threats from the ex-president. Yeah, the guy playing Trump, Sebastian Stan.
Okay.
Remember the Marvel movies? He was
Yeah.
the Winter Soldier. Yeah, that guy. And apparently there's a whole scene where it's like rapey.
See,
And it's just like, really, this is what we're doing?
Right, that's
Let's go play make-believe and have the dummies believe it's true, right? All these people playing dress-up. So, yeah, we could talk about that, but J-Lo is basically naked on the red carpet, wearing just a plunging ruffled robe.
She was upset because her husband, boyfriend, whatever, stood her up.
Stood her up.
Ever since that roast.
I'm
he's
looking
been
at
hiding.
it. I am looking at it now, Eddie. I would never stand her up. No, I've got it on my iPad here.
Very interesting.
I would never stand her up, folks. That is wowza. Hey, let's go to line one. You're on the air. Who's this?
Hey, Joey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hey,
How you doing, man?
I'll give y'all a call, man. I've been listening, watching, and whatnot. I just want to give my 2 cents, which is worth probably a penny on a dollar, but I don't like going to Montgomery anymore. I have to carry every time I go there. The hospitals, I've been in and out of the hospital several times.
Right.
They got travel nurses that are coming in and out because they can't hold people that want to stay in the community and everything else. The leadership is not doing leadership.
Right.
They need to. It's cronyism, and people are going to keep moving out. They're going to go to Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, Lowndes County, and everything else. Titus, exactly. I used to live there. Jay's Fish Camp.
See?
But yeah, no, it's just it needs to get a resolution involved, and the government needs to get these people got elected to do a job, and they're not doing it, and it's affecting the whole community, not just Montgomery, but the whole Tri-County community that rely on the services from Montgomery.
Yep.
So I implore you, or anybody that's listening, to please reach out to your congressman or woman, whatever, to try to get some good leadership in there that's going to help out the greater good versus their own personal good.
Well, and, it's not, I usually, for instance, we do have a senator who lives here, and I've never asked her about local issues in that regard. But you got to wonder, she's raising a family here too.
Right.
Like, it's real bad. Real bad. And all these state lawmakers that show up here, and I guess they stay downtown or whatever.
Well, they see it. Stevie Wonder could see it.
Yeah.
And what's upsetting is they actually have the keys that can turn the locks and get these things done. It seems like nobody wants to.
Well, it's a shame that I saw you comment that you're going all the way to Mobile for a hospital now.
Yes, I'm having to go down there to get my treatment because my rheumatologist that was coming from Birmingham left. They're actually having trauma surgeons coming from Huntsville down to Baptist South to be able to do surgery on people because they can't retain the medical officials to be able to help people out because people don't want to live in Montgomery anymore. It's just nobody wants to raise a family or anything else in Montgomery. It's a damn shame.
It is.
So I want anybody that's listening that can vote in Montgomery, please do the best to help the community out, because it's not just Montgomery. It's the Tri-County region that relies on Montgomery for a lot of their health care and provider services. And I really, really, really hope somebody will take note of this.
Well, I appreciate the call, man. I really do.
All right, Joe.
Thank you, Josh.
This part of the program brought to you by Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. And it really is an institution here in Montgomery. You know, you're talking about a place that has lasted through the generations there. And customers have been going through the generations, like grandfathers, fathers, sons, all stopping by to get a TV there at Cohen's, or to get those appliances like a brand new washer dryer unit.
Exactly, fridge.
Or maybe you need to build out a kitchen. You just send a friend over to Cohen's
In fact,
to do
they
that.
do construction, and they're getting all their appliances from Cohen's, which is great. And he hit me up, and I keep forgetting about this.
Mhm.
Cohen's has the grills. Okay, they got some really
nice grills.
But they also have some grilling supplies that I keep forgetting about. He got on me. He's like, "You didn't tell me this."
Oh, yeah.
I had forgotten all about that.
Oh, they've got all sorts of accessories that you need, whether you're talking the appliance side or you're talking, say, sound systems.
Oh, man.
And all sorts of little add-ons like those captain's chairs.
Yeah.
You sit in one of those for?
Very
Gum, that's comfy. Yeah. I like that. Or you can go go ham and get a massage chair. Dude, those are nice. They really have it all there at Cohen's.
They really do.
So you can always shop online, see what they have to offer at thinkcohens.com, but there's nothing like stopping by there in person. 2515 Easter Boulevard here in Montgomery. Open 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays.
That's right.
And when you stop by, be sure to find one of those team members there, if not Michael Cohen himself, and be sure to tell him you heard about him here on the radio, that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Final hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Authorities in Iowa continuing their search and rescue efforts a day after a deadly tornado slammed that state. A judge has halted the auction of Graceland that was scheduled for Thursday by a company that claimed Elvis Presley's estate failed to repay a loan that used the property as collateral. China has sanctioned 12 defense-related U.S. companies and 10 executives over arms sales to Taiwan and to retaliate for earlier American sanctions on Chinese companies tied to Russia. The entities include units of Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and General Dynamics. Senior executives of Northrop Grumman Corporation and General Dynamics also targeted. The Dow is down 278 points, the NASDAQ losing 110. This is SRN News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started Wesley Financial Group to do one thing, help people get out of their timeshare nightmare. When you buy a timeshare, the timeshare company can raise your annual maintenance fees at will. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Want out of your timeshare? Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-656-1155. 800-656-1155. 800-656-1155.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Hi, everybody. It's a warm, dry, quiet pattern, and looking at other parts of the country, quiet is good. Meanwhile, we are heating up. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature up to about 91. Yeah, the humidity is higher, but it's not quite crazy yet. Partly cloudy, 69 for the low tonight. Near 90 again tomorrow. Dry, sunny. Then, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, random, widely scattered, mostly afternoon and evening hit-or-miss storms. A routine holiday weekend forecast with highs in the low 90s and more scattered random storms on Memorial Day Monday, high 91. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey to Publix.
1819 News.
Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall is pushing back at the recent statement that was made by Alabama House Speaker Nathaniel Ledbetter. Ledbetter said that more illegal gambling will come to the state after the gambling bill passed in the Alabama House did not pass the state Senate. Marshall spoke on 93.1 out of Montgomery with Joey Clark, saying that any illegal gambling that arises here in the state is due to law enforcement in that county not doing their job.
What we need to make sure is that local officials do their job when they find these illegal facilities. And I'll use Jefferson County as the example, is that when we had Mike Hale as the sheriff there were no illegal operations going on. You had a new sheriff that came in that said gambling's not going to be a priority for me. And what happened? You saw these facilities open up. I think you're going to continue to see us go after these illegal operations, but we'll also continue to make sure that local officials are aware of any information that we have and remind them of their responsibility to do the same.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Alabama Unfiltered Radio, and when I need the news and I need it fast, I turn to Andrea Tice and the Daily Detail. On my way in, it is the most convenient, best way for me to digest what's going on so that I can use it for our show. She tells you what's going on in Alabama that day first and fast. So listen to the Daily Detail with Andrea Tice. Don't miss out.
The Daily Detail is available wherever podcasts are found.
Abbeville police have arrested 2 teenagers for a shooting that occurred in Henry County last weekend. Police were called to a scene where multiple people inside of a vehicle were shot at. Canine units were brought in to find the 2 teens who ran away from the scene, but police believe the 2 were picked up by someone else to escape the area. The 2 teens were then located on Tuesday and are being held without bond. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hi, I'm Mark DePlanche with Admiral Movers. People ask, what makes Admiral Movers different from other movers? It's simple. We take pride in caring for our team, so we know that they will take care of you. All of our team members are Admiral employees. They are all fully background checked and trained in-house. We never hire day laborers. So for your next move, whether it's a commercial move or household move, across town or across the country, call Montgomery's favorite movers, Admiral Movers. Mention code SUMMER10 to save 10% on your next move.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Hey, miss, I don't mean to be telling tales out of school, but there's a feller in there who'll pay you $10 if you sing into his tan. I'm not here to make a record, you dumb cracker. They broadcast me out on the radio.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the Afternoon, or as we're calling it online, Joey Clark Live. If you are watching online and you don't know what the heck this is, it's just a humble little talk radio show in Montgomery, Alabama.
Right.
I'm Joey. This is Eddie.
How you doing, Joey?
I'm doing all right.
Good to see you, bro.
And I love it when folks who have no clue what we do first discover us, because they do not like us. It's pretty awesome.
They don't like you, but secretly they like me.
I don't know about that.
I got to agree with you on that, Joey.
I don't know about that. Now, do you want to see Bill Maher, who is literally turning into an old Jewish grandmother?
He looks like Ruth Bader Ginsburg just a little bit there in the face.
And he's one of these 90s liberals. Like, why can't we just go back to the time when I was making
He's one of
jokes?
those ones we can be so nice to everybody they'll like us.
This is him being fact-checked in real time by Megyn Kelly, who is still looking like fireworks on the 4th. Maybe I just need some. I don't know. I think what a lady. She's a lady. I thought you were going to do the I
was losing it.
Okay.
I'll be ready next time.
Anyway, here's Bill Maher getting fact-slapped by Megyn Kelly.
And then spent the next 4 years saying he was illegitimate. He
Talking
was
about Hillary Clinton. Okay. Now watch Maher's reaction.
an illegitimate president.
Okay, well, first of all, she didn't say he was an illegitimate.
Yes, she did.
You tell me exactly what she said.
She said those exact words repeatedly.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president.
Okay, I mean, she conceded the election. Whether you're interpreting her disappointment at losing it as the same thing as Trump not conceding it, I don't know if that's where you're getting it from. But again, it's a tremendous false equivalency. I think on January 20th, 2025, he'll show up at the White House, whether he's invited or not. And I don't think that's going to be good.
He's gonna bomb in if he lost.
Yes. Oh yeah, bomb is a word I wouldn't even throw around lightly.
Oh, stop it! He's not gonna do that.
Right, like there was never an attack on the Capitol.
Oh, I hear you. But he's not going to show up at the inauguration.
Like they didn't show up at the Capitol and break windows and knock down doors and kill cops.
They didn't kill any cops.
No, and
they didn't do that.
And they didn't break windows.
They didn't
knock
kill
down
cops.
They of course did.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Who did? They died of natural causes that day?
Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, the medical examiner, has determined that he suffered 2 strokes and died of natural causes.
Yeah, nobody died that day.
Cops.
No, not true.
Who? Okay.
Who?
Oh, I don't remember the names.
They didn't.
It's not that
there
important.
Was Brian Sicknick, who died later after the fact.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bill is, as soon as he gets into politics, he's just back into old liberal land. Like, you think he's grown, and I think he's got good instincts on some issues, but in terms of, like, the partisan politics...
Well, as things tighten up...
So predictable.
Still going to, support the old company line there.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Oh, she's a lady.
Paul!
The lady is mine.
Sing it, Paul.
All right, Paul.
Sing it, Paul.
No more. That's it. That's enough Tom Jones for right now. No, I was just sitting back and listening to what I could while I was in and out of the big truck, transitioning to my personal vehicle and stopping and putting a little gasoline in it. I'm like, my goodness. Now, I think back to when I was a young whippersnapper and Emory Fulmer was in office, and he had a strong arm, okay? It was so strong, in fact, that we hoodlums called his police force Emory's militia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard
but
tales.
He replaced another limp arm, Mayor Robinson, who was letting things get totally out of control. And it was so bad to the point that Mayor Robinson's house was burnt down. And the best I remember, no one was ever prosecuted, but the fire department said it was arson. All right. Now, I'm not suggesting nobody go out and do nothing illegal. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor Robinson was eventually run out of town by some of the same people that are still unnamed to my knowledge. What we need is another Emory Fulmer. Enough said, gentlemen.
Well, we'll see what the people of this dear city decide. But, we just had a, opportunity to choose and chose the current route.
Well, many people called and said it's just not his time yet. I remember those calls.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's as far as I'm concerned, people are just not turning out, and I don't understand.
Well, I agree with you there,
They
Paul.
want to sit back and bitch and bellyache and finger the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just continue to complain
instead of voting a strong person in there to get the job done. And that's what it's going to take. Later, my guys.
Appreciate
See
it,
you,
Paul.
buddy.
272-9228. If you want to get in on the conversation like Paul just did, that's 334-272-9228. Hey, shut up, Jesse. Jesse Waters talking about, because Biden just did this, speech to the NAACP?
Was it NAACP? The one with all the corrections?
Yeah, I think it was like 9 different corrections, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, White House issues 9 corrections to Biden NAACP speech transcript.
That's
Wow.
gotta be embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. He made multiple confusing comments and flubbed words while speaking to the Civil Rights Organization in Michigan the night before. One notable one included his suggestion that he was vice president during the COVID-19 pandemic. When I was vice president, things were kind of bad during the pandemic. And what happened was Barack said to me, go to Detroit, help to fix it.
Maybe he was vice president while they were developing it.
Wow. Other fixed gaffes include Biden claiming that families saved $800,000 per year from the Affordable Care Act.
I'm not one of them families.
Insisting that he's fighting corporate landlords who keep rents down. And incorrectly calling the group the NAAC. Do not say that acronym out loud. Biden also mispronounced the words inspiring and insurrectionist, saying,
oh no,
inspire-sing. Inspire-sing. Yeah, that's how he said it. Inspire-sing. Not inspiring. Inspire-sing.
Create new words.
Erectionist.
You know that was coming.
Of course, all these words were corrected in the transcript.
Well, that takes half the fun out.
Acting Deputy Press Secretary Sam Michel said, quote, we're focused on the substance of the transcript and the heart of President Biden's speech, how he is fighting for Americans by lowering the cost of prescription drugs, making I've been reading too much Biden, transformational investments in HBCUs and protecting Medicare and Social Security.
She's so full of crap. And why don't people just start calling these jerks out on their crap right then and say, you lying SOB, and walk away? Quit giving them camera time. Oh, yeah, they're on the same team.
Imagine what we could do next. 4 more years. Pause. He said.
As he pooped his pants.
Wow. So, no, there really is a worry. It is a straight up, they're trying to get out the vote effort because black Americans, not the majority, but like never before we've seen before in a general election, seem to be fleeing Biden at least.
They're paying the same gas prices I'm paying. They're
Right.
paying the same grocery store cost that I'm paying.
Right.
They don't see anything ending. I think a lot of them have come back and even said, I know a lot of celebrities come back and said I shouldn't have voted for Biden.
So I guess last night Jesse Waters his team reached out to Michaela Montgomery. She's the woman who famously hugged President Trump at the Chick-fil-A in Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
She is the state director of Blexit, Georgia.
Okay.
And so let's listen in on this
All right.
interview a little bit here. Should be interesting.
About that. Michaela, when you hear Joe Biden give the commencement address, and that's his message, how does that make you feel?
I think it's interesting that somebody who spent a majority of their career punishing black men and locking them up for generations to come, it's very interesting that you would then get in front of a large pool of very successful and educated black men and try to, I guess, make up for the wrongs or act like we were supposed to forget. I think that it was a very tone-deaf attempt at them trying to win over an audience who, whether he realizes it or not, has been studying his administration, has paid attention to his policies, have been aware of his actions while in office, and they're not pleased with his performance. With that being said, no matter how many times you come and make a speech and mention certain things, oh, I have Morehouse men working in the White House. Morehouse men have been working in the White House since long before you were ever there. So that, I don't know what the point in bringing that up was, to say that, oh, America doesn't love you. It's very interesting for you, of all people, to say that, considering it was you who passed the bills that made us feel unloved. And I just wonder how he could stand there and feel safe knowing that at one point in time he would refer to that entire audience as a large pool of super predators. And I remember vaguely him saying that he didn't want his kids to go to school with those same kids that were graduating because that would turn the school into some racial jungle.
Yep.
So regardless of what he got up there and said, not one time did he apologize for what he's done. So I don't think that any speech he could have given at the office or any campaign strategy in regards to engaging with HBCUs will undo his wrongs of the past. And considering he's had 4 years to try and right them and he didn't, it's going to take a lot more than a speech for us to like you.
Yeah.
No, she is in the definitely more in the camp, it seems, of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But I think there are a lot of people thinking twice about voting for Joe Biden again this time.
I think a lot of people are going to secretly vote for Trump. Or they're just not going to vote.
And it's the doom and gloom thing. Like, democracy!
Oh, remember, it worked.
Democracy!
Before. The terrorists are going to win, Joey.
Democracy!
We love some fear, apparently. Or being governed by fear.
See, but then the other thing they're trying to push, like, it's fun watching some of these talking heads try to figure out, okay, what exactly is our strategy
longtime
here?
Democratic strategy.
So Jen Psaki invited on James Carville, and here's Carville's take on what should be done.
It's not being kicked hard. Is this $1 billion donation from the oil companies, let them write the energy policy of the United
Oil
States.
company.
I mean, he's outsourced the judiciary to Leonard Leo. He's outsourced energy policy to the oil giants. I couldn't think of two better issues. And I would just go after him on those two things really, really hard. Because one is a right that have been taken away that people are mad about. The other is just the ultimate corporate shilling and letting people do whatever they want in the interest of big oil companies.
The first thing I skipped over was abortion.
And that story was a great story. And I'm very distraught at the failure of the Democrats to pick up on the story and ram it home. And by the way, I think MSNBC could do a lot better job of covering that story.
Yeah, big all. Big all. Is that spelled O-L?
I'm on MSNBC right now, and MSNBC could do a better job of this thing I'm talking about right now on MSNBC. And I'm so tired of us being the party of wealthy white women as I talk to a wealthy white woman.
Yep.
Oh, give me a break.
Don't let that out, Joey. That's
like, keep talking, James Carville. Do you think that's going to work? Trump is in the pocket of big oil. Are we going back to, again, 90s liberalism here?
I'll tell you this, Joey. If Trump being in the pocket of big oil keeps me from paying $3.30 a gallon, which I did today, then get right on in the pocket and bring me with him. I can't handle energy prices at $3.50 a gallon. I drive a big old redneck truck. Now, that's me. I think I'm doing better than some people. I can only imagine people that are costing them $15 to go to work for a $10 an hour job. That's gonna get old real quick. Y'all remember what $4.50 gas did?
Right. Well, and he's going to sell more out of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, the little we have left.
Okay, so yesterday I think we mentioned that. Day before I paid $3.09 for gas. Yesterday I paid $3.34 for gas. Did us coming on the radio make the gas station jack their prices up?
I don't know.
That much? That quick?
Might have
or
been
did we
you.
run out of that reserve already?
It might have been you.
Dude.
Then you've got Rachel Maddow saying the whole country should be up in arms to defend Trump prosecutors from GOP obstruction.
Mad cow. What kind of Subaru she drives?
See, but here's the thing. I don't think any of this is working.
It's not working. I don't even think it's working on their own base now.
Right. There are some folks who will never vote Republican, and fine. Like,
right.
But I think there are a lot of people who are now in that camp of politically homeless. And they see through both major parties. Doesn't mean they're voting libertarian. Both Trump and RFK Jr. will be at that libertarian convention this weekend, upcoming here in a
Where's
few
that
days. D.C. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that actually should be a fun event.
That's going to be some good clips.
But it's more these disparate voices. Like, I guess you were watching it some last night. Did you watch this Eric Prince interview? The guy who founded Blackwater interviewed with Tucker Carlson?
Oh, yeah. I didn't watch it all. I know.
You could tell, by the way, from the rapport, they're good friends. They've known each other a while.
I like this guy. I like what he says. I like how he talks. very plain spoken, and I liked his message.
We might have to get to that in a second.
Okay.
But actually, first, Jen Psaki, I can't let her go because she put another thing out there that, well, the Russians made up a thing about her. So, of course, we got to tell the world about it. So this was Jen Psaki in some interview. She was being interviewed by Kara Swisher.
Swisher Sweet.
It's all about her new book, Politics and Prose, or something like that. Or maybe that's the name of the bookstore. Goodness, Politics and Prose? Ew.
I had a different thought.
Anyway, here's Psaki talking about how the Russians came up with a term for her, or using her name.
Oh.
And she's sharing this as like how bad they are at or how awful they're good at it, but they're awful people
for doing it,
for doing the disinformation game. Let's listen into Jen.
And I became, because I was there when Russia invaded Ukraine in 2014, I became a prime target of the Kremlin and Vladimir Putin and their propaganda machine.
Mhm.
Explain what they did. What they did
ask her,
is
Kara.
they, a lot of it was very gendered. They went after me and made up things I said that I never said. They had a nightly show on RT that was about me that they broadcast in Russia and in Eastern European countries. Where they made up a term, and I'm talking about people who worked in the Kremlin, like the government, made up a term called Psakiing, which they defined as making up something you didn't know.
Well, I see they were pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to own the Russians by talking about how they just went after me so much, and then seems like a pretty good term. But we can circle back to that later. Let's go to line 1. You're on the air. Who's this?
Hey.
Hey, is it Duke?
Yeah.
Hey, Duke. How you doing, Duke?
Y'all throwing me off now. I've been sitting there listening to where I asked me to ride and doing all this kind of stuff. But, how's it going, Joey?
I'm fighting a cold, but other than that, I'm all right.
What you mean fighting a cold?
Like I have a cold and I'm trying to power through without staying home like a pansy.
So you're gonna get Megan Kelly to help you out with that?
Well, if she wants to help me anytime.
I heard you talking about how good looking she was earlier.
She is.
And woman, she don't do nothing for me. Too hot. You know.
What, too skinny?
No, she just, like Trump said. Just not good looking.
I don't think that's what he said.
No, but I appreciate his puppet.
Yeah, that was not bad,
pretty good,
Duke.
That's pretty good.
He thought she wanted his tight. Yeah, he said he wanted.
Well, it's not only that you're ugly on the outside, but on the inside too.
I mean, if fellas could tell the judge that to get away with it, boy. Huh?
Wait, say that again?
What? Oh, I'm eating at the same time, so
I was about to say.
How many guys can tell the judge she's not good looking and get away with it? In her face. In the courtroom.
I don't know.
Oh, Donnie bad boy. Donnie from Queens bad boy. But I heard y'all all over the place today talking about the shooting and all of that. And people coming out of Prattville and Millbrook coming out here shooting up Montgomery and people running to our city hall. You need to go up there to your city hall where your cows and the wild animals got out, went, wandering about in Montgomery, shooting our citizens in Montgomery. You need to have a meeting up there and chastise your own citizens, Prattville and Millbrook. How about that, Joey?
Why didn't they do that in Prattville and Millbrook?
Why didn't? Well, I'm saying they need to take care of their own citizens, make sure that, like,
So
when,
they need to put up like a wall?
Yeah.
Like when Nick Saban take his team out of town, he's responsible for his team. So when the citizens, when the so-called the little perfect town and perfect cities called Millbrook and we too and Prattville got all the safe areas up there, send their citizens to Montgomery to make us look bad.
Yeah, because in Prattville and Millbrook, if they do that in Prattville and Millbrook, they'll get arrested and go to jail immediately.
No, they do.
In Montgomery,
I think the city playing a hand in that sending these guys over here to make us look bad.
that's the most. Dude, come on.
Are you high?
Come on, dude. That's
no,
crazy.
no. I'm just.
So you're telling me the city leaders get together and go, "Hey, we need some of our finest to go to Montgomery and cause some trouble.
Yeah.
No, you're sitting here munching. You're sitting here eating your munchies while you call into the show. You're higher than draft or something. You're higher than something. Not a draft.
I just feel like cutting up a little bit. That's all.
Goodness gracious.
People all over the place with this thing. Well, it's better than some of these callers calling in. So I want to blame the mayor. And hell, this stuff been going on way before you got in there. Let's read Montgomery Mall. Got shot down.
Yeah, but the mayor is now the mayor. I don't disagree with you, but the mayor is now the mayor.
Right.
My point is, though, they didn't crowd the city hall when.
Right, they got rid of those mayors too.
When the
Just
people
like when a football team sucks, they keep getting rid of the coach.
George Strain was still in office. Mayor Bright was still in office, and all this shooting was going on down there at
So
Montgomery
you're saying
Mall.
the same amount of shootings was going on then as going on now? I think you might want to check your facts.
Well,
there.
they got better guns now, to shoot more rounds now. So the Cowboys are in here, but a bypass. Thanks to the governor of Alabama passing that bill, you can shoot your gun all like Cowboys in here up and down the highway now. So it's
So
all
that
right.
bill says you can go up and down the highway and shoot your guns. Signed.
That's
Governor
where the thugs took it now. They took that as a
Can the thugs not read? I mean, what's the deal here?
They heard on the TV that they don't have to have a permit anymore. They heard that you can have it out in the open where you can just hold it in the air at guns, gas stations and all the above. So you can do like you do.
All I can tell them is they might want to do a little bit more research. Just because you hear something don't mean that's the actual truth. If you're brandishing a weapon in a threatening manner, you will go
aren't they doing it?
You should go to jail.
Aren't they doing it? Aren't these guys out there boldly displaying it since that law?
Have I seen that? No, I haven't seen it. Is
Yeah,
it probably happening?
I've seen it. Matter of fact, it happened
Did you
at
call
one
the
of the
police?
Nap codes. It happened here in Montgomery.
Did you call the police about it? Did you report it? Or
For
did
what?
you just get in the car and
For
leave?
what? What you gonna do?
So you're okay with them doing that?
Nope. And my point is, sir, that like in Mobile, you saw the video. I said, out in Mobile, the police said that they can't do anything because of the law.
I
So,
think the police
what
is
the hell
full of
Duke
crap
gonna
in
do?
that one. If that's the
I'm
case,
not gonna say anything anyway. I've seen that gas and these guys got these guns stuck down in their butt and got a rifle on his shoulder with a damn mask on. What I supposed to do?
why they got a mask on?
Quiet. I'm being quiet and get the hell on. I'll just turn around and leave when I see it.
But don't you
But
think
it's coming.
that's why we're in the shape we're in, Duke? Because too many people have turned tail and run?
Well,
Maybe we ought to stand up.
Here's the deal, though, Eddie. Here's the difference in that, see? It's not like we're looking for that. When you pull up with your family or wife or whomever in a car at a gas station, you got 20 guys standing around with their gun out already.
I don't pull in that
Okay?
gas station.
I'm gonna keep my hand close to mine or in my hand. But the safe thing is for me to do is just turn around and leave because I don't want any trouble. So we shouldn't have to live that way, but it's that way here in this city, sir. And when they sprayed up all those buildings over Atlanta Highway, when they sprayed up 16, when those 16 people got shot, I heard approximately 300 rounds that Friday night, dude. They sound like they're shooting at each other, okay? And probably 6 got shot.
So we
All
should
those
just
don't.
keep doing the policy we're doing?
And
just
all that
tell
stuff-
everybody everybody
No,
got a job
What
and
I'm
not
saying
do
is, what I'm
illegal
saying
already.
is,
Yeah.
people don't seem to have an answer for this thing, and they running
Yeah, they do.
downtown.
People do have an answer.
What
The
hell,
problem
man,
is
but
we have leaders that have no spine to do what people
But
are
what I'm
demanding
saying,
they do,
no,
arrest these
okay.
people and hold them in jail. That's the problem, Duke. People are
Let's
not
start at-
holding them in jail.
Let's start at the top. We got the governor, we got the legislature, and all these people. Every time something come up about critical race theory or some little petty crap, they make a law and passes it. Okay. Darryl Bailey, what's it, Darryl Bailey? He complains all the time that the judges keep on, passing out these little pissy sentences. Okay. Let them out here before the feet get cold. Here they out of jail.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
So they got to make tougher laws from the top. But when these individuals ride up and down the highway in action now, you can put the damn police in the car with somebody. You can't stop it. You can't stop the bullet. Okay? So y'all can stop talking about what the hell the mayor can do.
All right. Well, let's just keep voting for them and hope nothing will change.
I ain't voting for.
I mean, we should just hold our
Because-
hands up.
excuse me.
Just accept
It's,
it as a new reality.
Duke is now voting for me. He told me this the other day.
I just nobody had an answer for this stuff we're dealing with.
Yeah, we do have an answer.
I told
you
them.
Can't get the politicians to do what the people want them to do.
Excuse me. I told them Megyn Kelly is coyote ugly, and he agreed, and now he's voting for me.
Mr. Trump, what you going to do? You going to come down to Alabama and save us, man?
Oh, he's coming to Alabama.
Well, I'm not going to be here. I'll go to a football game.
Johnny.
I'm going to make I-65 wider.
That's right.
Make it wider.
Now, Donnie, what happened to the lottery folks? God, I heard your family was down here looking at all that stuff. What happened to the lottery, Donnie?
My guess is not enough politicians are going
Well, let's just say that I might have to channel Andrew Jackson in the future, all right?
Yeah.
We got a lottery and got red top here. So we pay his bill, pay for you get his weed, and what else we pay?
Well, Duke, that brings up a great point. You were talking about passing laws. Well, they passed a law that said we can have medical marijuana. That was how many years ago? Have we got medical marijuana yet? No, we don't. So they can pass these damn laws that you keep screaming about all day long, but they will not enforce them. And we are the fools that keep putting these jackasses back in office.
Then, hey, Joe, then we got a gaming center, not a gambling center, a gaming center. Then you can go in there and get drunk as hell as you want to. The liquor you buy from the state liquor store.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Christians say, y'all sinners out there, y'all shouldn't be gambling, but he can get drunk as hell if you want to.
What?
Huh?
They generally say you shouldn't get drunk either.
Wait, are you pointing out that people are hypocrites?
What?
I mean, really? The hypocrisy. Hypocrisy.
Nah, like that. Well, I just call them liars.
That's fair. So you voting for Biden this November?
I ain't voting for nobody. I ain't voting for a damn soul because I'm tired of it.
Okay. Well, always a good time, Duke.
You know? And the thing about it, though, I'm going to say one more thing. That Duke, he told the truth about Biden. That lady did. You know? And deep down inside, majority of white folks feel that way, whether it's Democrat or Republican. Okay? I dealt with a guy one time. You know, he called himself, when I was heavily in the Democratic side, just a little taste for a minute. And I thought he was on my team. This damn dude trying to screw me. I said, damn, I thought he was on my team.
Politicians.
Huh?
Politicians,
So,
baby.
You can't, there you go. So you can't take people and talk about who they are. You got to, deal with them one-on-one and observe them and form your opinion later on down the road. Hey, what they work for down the food with.
Agreed.
But anyways, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
How you and the ladies coming, boy?
I'm doing all right, actually. I just
Boy,
don't want
it's
to talk
such a
about
dry
it.
spell.
I don't want to talk
Desert
about
over
it.
there.
Now, Moo, damn it, you heard you we talking about some damn Megyn Kelly a while ago.
Why he's getting so worked up?
Yeah, Megyn
You
Kelly.
can't even look at Fox News anymore.
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh man, now Jennifer she can't act, but she's
Nah.
pretty.
Yeah.
Now, Moo.
I was like John Boyd in that Anaconda movie.
George, Moo trying to get herself ready for you. She even started dressing and wearing a lot of black like some people do, like you do or something.
They could be a goth couple.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
That'll work.
black lipstick and all, boy.
Oh, my.
Wow. That'd be different.
Oh,
I'll
my.
go, y'all.
Yeah, let's say, like, this is getting out of hand.
Have you ever been to the goth chicks at all?
Into goth chicks? I think some are very attractive, yes. It's not really, I don't have any piercings. I don't have any tattoos. I'm not really.
Nose ring? You're cool with a nose ring on a chick?
I mean, I'm cool with most things if I like the person. Like, I really don't judge people that way.
So if I came in here and my face all pierced up, you wouldn't judge me for the piercing?
No, knowing you, yeah, I would have. Be like, what happened?
I'm just curious. Nose piercings just
I mean, did you get in a fight with a toolbox? Like,
got bored.
Yeah, no, like there's all types. It comes down to the person, I suppose.
I guess.
Yeah, because like you could have somebody that's all like, I want to be a traditional homemaker. And then she's bat crap crazy.
Sure.
And it was just a phase for like 5-10 years. You know what I mean?
10 years, maybe 5-10 minutes, but yeah.
You know what I mean?
What those wives that were called a while back? Not a trap wife, but the one that
Trad wife?
Maybe it was trad.
Traditional?
Yes, very traditional. Has that gone away? Are we still?
No, that's still going strong. You know, it takes all types in this world. Yeah. But it seems like everybody's more interested about my love life than I guess I am. Well, I'm just going to keep on trucking.
That's a problem.
Why?
We want the best for you.
It seems like a waste of my time and energy most of the time.
That's because you hadn't found the right one to invest your time and energy with.
I'm just going to get in shape. I'm going to get skinnier than you.
Go ahead.
And because that makes a huge difference, right? Who cares?
It does on the first couple of dates. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you can get a little fluffy. It's cool.
Hey, let's hit a break.
All right.
But first, this part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting. And there at River Region Contracting, Todd Clark and his team are ready to help you with that roof of yours, whether it's an asphalt or a metal roof. You should get it inspected on a regular basis.
Oh, show.
And it might as well. We've been saying this for a while now. In Alabama, go ahead and get it inspected at least on an annual basis. Because of all these storms that are now rolling through, especially this time of year.
Crazy weather that we have here.
Yeah, it's good to be sure that your roof is jam up and jelly tight, so to speak. And, well, the beautiful thing is that River Region Contracting, their inspections and estimates are always free.
Absolutely free, Joey.
And those estimates are always accurate.
Yep.
And they show up on time. They get the job done well. And if you want to go through the process of making an insurance claim, they're insurance specialists there at River Region Contracting. So they can walk you through that claims process and make it a swift and easy experience. They're just that good there. So call up Todd Clark and his team today there at River Region Contracting. 356-8635. That's 356-8635. And be sure to tell them all you heard about him here on News and Views in the afternoon.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group. Selling a home in the River region in this market takes some planning and preparation to be successful. Here are some steps to take to get your home sold fast. Remember the 5 Ps. Prepare the home. Fresh coat of paint inside and out, and complete any repairs needed. Professionally clean the home. A deep cleaning of floors, cabinets, windows, and blinds will leave a great impression for future buyers. Provide a home warranty for the buyer to give the buyer peace of mind after the closing. Provide a closing cost allowance for the buyer to help them be able to afford your home. Price your home to sell, not sit. A comparative market analysis from a local realtor will demonstrate what other properties have sold for in your neighborhood. Well-priced homes sell faster with less hassle. Houses are selling fast and sellers are getting top dollar. For all the answers, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Only one event in Montgomery saves and pays. It's the Memorial Day event at Lexus of Montgomery. This Friday through Memorial Day Monday, receive a $500 Amazon gift card with any new Lexus purchase. Drive the new Lexus IS300, only $463 a month. Plus up to $5,000 over book value for your trade-in. Memorial Day savings end soon, so rush to Lexus of Montgomery, part of the Sutherland Automotive Group. R5150706, 10,000 miles per year, 36 months with 4527 to 90 with approved credit. See dealer for full offer details. Offers expire 6/4/24.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. When you call Alabama Home Mortgage, you will immediately see the difference in pricing. Not only do we offer the most competitive rates, but our closing costs rank among the lowest in the industry. How do we do it? Because we can. We do not have the overhead that big banks and lenders do. Those big banks and lenders have big expenses. And what do? They pass those expenses along to you. Meanwhile, here at Alabama Home Mortgage, we receive wholesale rates which result in big savings that we pass along to you. Don't pay more for less. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our rates and pricing are just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
This year has had some pretty good sales, but nothing in Montgomery tops this one. It's the Memorial Day event at Toyota of Montgomery, our only event where you get paid to save. Friday through Monday only. Buy any new Toyota and get a $500 Amazon gift card. Plus, absolutely incredible once-a-year leases on the new 2024 Corolla LE. $199 a month. New 2024 Camry LE. $290 a month. Trade in your old car and get up to $5,000 over book value for your trade. This is the sale you've been waiting all year for, and it's only happening through Memorial Day Monday. There's no better time to drive home a new Toyota. And for the first time ever, you're getting a $500 Amazon gift card. It all ends Memorial Day Monday. Rush to Toyota of Montgomery today or shop online now at toyotamontgomery.com. Part of the Sutherland Automotive Group. Gift card while supplies last. Gift card cannot be combined with other special offers. Corolla LE TSRP 24, 183. Camry LE TSRP 30,364. 12,000 miles per year for 36 monthly. With $5,999 due signing $0 security deposit with 3 credits. That's a clear tear and mileage. Low trade value plus tax, tag, title, and $995 document. Ends 5/27/2024.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Well, hi, everybody. Our dry, warm forecast continues for now. Partly cloudy tonight, low 69. Tomorrow, near 90 again. Dry, sunny. The humidity still not really bad, but over the weekend, we'll get closer to triple-digit heat indices. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, some random, widely scattered, mostly afternoon and evening storms of the hit-or-miss variety, with highs in the lower 90s, and more scattered random storms on Memorial Day Monday, high 91. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Do you have big plans this summer? Dive into summer with an ASE Credit Union vacation loan. Whether you've got a trip coming up, projects at home, or just need a little extra cash, we've got you covered. So don't put your plans on hold. Visit yourasecu.com or stop by and see us today.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACB.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228. You want to get in on the program, that's 272-9228. And that is the number Biloxi Gambler dialed. Hey, Biloxi Gambler, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just going to answer Duke there. The reason we don't have lottery, or any gambling in the state, which the lottery would be the worst, by the way, because it's not a Powerball lottery twice a week. It's not a 6-number lottery twice a week. It's both of those, and then you got a 5-number lottery that's 7 days a week. Then you got a 4-number lottery twice a day, a 3-number lottery twice a day, and then they sell scratch-offs at every gas station, convenience store, grocery store. So it just brings a casino into your neighborhood. In an hour, you can go through $1,000 for crap. So lottery would be horrible. Sports gaming could be actually better because, Auburn and Alabama are only going to play so often, right? Anyway, so that would make more sense as far as any kind of gambling because people are already doing it anyway. It's not hard to find a place to, make a bet. But anyway, that's not what I called about. The reason we don't have gambling is the Indians don't want any laws about gambling is because right now they have a monopoly. So any laws about gambling, as long as they still have a monopoly, they're good with it. They're going to prevent anything because right now, well, they're under the federal government. You can't touch them, so we can do whatever we want to. And I don't like that scam either. They don't pay taxes. So they're not regulated.
Right.
But so anyway, that's as long as the Indians get the monopoly, they're fine. What we need to do is outlaw bingo in the state of Alabama. You can't play the board game. You can't do anything with bingo. In fact, you can't even name your dog Bingo. That's how strong the law needs to be. And then that takes care of those automated bingo machines that are really slot machines. And then about 10 years from now, then we can revisit gambling without the Indian money affecting all the politicians.
Yep.
No, it seems like you have the solution. You think that'll pass?
That last part's the catch.
Bingo? Yeah, absolutely.
Just
We
getting
get
rid of
that
bingo, you think that'll pass?
No, it won't pass because the Indian money's already here.
Right.
See, we let the camel nose under the tent. Should have been stopped before. But anyway, it's here now, and as long as the Indians have a monopoly, there's not a thing you can do about it. And the same thing on that marijuana. There's that dude that owns a gas station that can't get a license, and every time he don't get a license, he sues to jam the process
Locks
up.
it up.
He's been doing that for 3 years.
Locks it up.
Yep.
Well, we'll probably be right back at it the next legislative session. It's just, it's absurd. I appreciate it, man. I really do.
Talk to y'all later.
See you, bud.
272-9228. Let's see who this is. You're on there. Who's this?
I know I'm breaking a rule, but where they got us at is that on the marijuana stuff, the reason they ain't pushing on through is because if they do the medical marijuana, the Indians can do coffee shops and sell marijuana and smoke it on their property. That's the only thing. So when we change that law, the state of Alabama,
We already changed the law.
I thought we did, but
no, they ain't pushed it all the way through though. That's why
Yeah, they did. It's just the commission sitting in court about how they're issuing licenses, but the law passed.
But all right, I'm telling you, they holding them up because the day on that Tuesday when that dude that works for Biden said that they was going to legalize, decriminalize marijuana, that's when our people stay all night in the courthouse and trying to do the gambling because the Indians are waiting on them, and they told them if they do marijuana, they're going to do coffee shops. So either they're going to get all gambling or they're going to get the marijuana. Our state ain't going to get both of them. I'm telling you that, and that's why I said we was gonna get bingo. They want to do it we're gonna get the lottery, and they want to do it on a different day. They don't want to do it on the same day in November. They want to have a separate day so the Republicans don't get killed in the general election. And they're gonna have a separate election for the lottery. We're gonna get the lottery this year. It's coming.
Okay.
We got to keep the marijuana under wraps.
Well, we'll see if it all happens. Appreciate it, Randall.
See you, bro.
All right.
272-9228.
I'm looking it up.
Looking what up?
But I thought passed a deal a while back at the casinos. If it's on America or on Indian land, they could sell, grow, whatever they wanted to with pot. I always thought they were kind of holding that over the Alabama's legislature's head. If you pull the trigger on gambling for everybody, then we're going to do this.
It'll be good for the food business.
Yeah.
We'll be right back, folks.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Epicure and Jack's Tavern in the heart of the old Fantail building promises a dining experience where quality meets comfort. With daily specials, a full wine selection, and the freshest ingredients, they're here to serve you the best of local cuisine. Join them and let's make every meal memorable.
Unwind at Epicure and Jack's Tavern during their happy hour every Monday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy special prices on drinks in a cozy setting, whether it's catching up with friends or relaxing after work. Make your happy hours happier with Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Break the chains and eat local.
The Health and Wealth Show. The Health and Wealth Show. The show so nice, we said it twice. Weekday evenings at 6 on News Talk 93.1 WACV. The Health.
Break it up, son. Joke's over, hey?
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The Harriet 2 Riverboat has the perfect way to start your weekend each Friday with the Spring Dinner Cruise. Enjoy live entertainment as you dine on a delicious family-friendly dinner. Add your favorite beverage from the Cash Bar and dance the night away cruising the Alabama River. Get your family together and make it a family tradition. Boarding starts at 6:30 and cruise starts at 7. Book your cruise on the Harriet 2 now at funinmontgomery.com.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. Before we close up shop, but hold your horses. We have Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray.
Hey, we got a cool contest going on right now.
Oh?
I forgot to tell you about it. The next person that calls 285-8117 gets to talk to Chad.
I know Chad cannot wait.
285-8117 gets to talk to Chad.
Gets to talk to Chad. You're going to get a absolute free conversation from Chad. Don't know what it's going to be about? I'm sure. Oh, there it is. Hey, winner, chicken dinner. You got to love the radio.
Yeah, buddy.
You got to love it. Oh, hey, guys, listen, if y'all need a floor, give us a call. 285-8117. That's great, y'all. The phone's ringing off the hook.
I love that.
It hasn't rang in an hour. That made my day. Oh, yeah.
Made my day.
I'll be talking about that one for weeks. But if y'all need a floor, call us. 285-8117. We'll come out and give you that free measurement. Next thing you know, you got a floor down.
Just that simple, folks. And when you call that number, be sure to tell Chad you heard Ray on the radio.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you, Ray.
So did we learn anything today?
Well, we learned the citizens of Montgomery continue to be sick of the lack of leadership.
Yes. I'm sick of the shootings.
Yep.
And the excuses.
Yep. And we also learned, although we didn't talk about it much, another Alabamian has won yet another singing contest.
Yeah, I did see
Isn't that like 4 now? Is that 4 or 5?
No, there's a lot of talent.
Yes.
In Alabama when
There
it comes
is.
to the singing.
There is. And I also learned this, that Flavor Flav is help sponsoring the women's Olympic polo team. Yes. Our boy, Flavor
Flav is sponsoring the women's polo Olympic
Some company that he's involved with, and he just found out himself, they are helping sponsor the women's Olympic polo team. So Flavor Flav.
I didn't even know that was an event in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Polo?
Yeah.
Water polo? Oh, yeah.
Big deal?
Well, for the people that play.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. You excited about the Summer Olympics?
I like to watch it a little bit. It's always, I get a kick out of it, but I'm not hugely into it. I'm more, because of where it's going to be, I'm more worried about global
France.
events. Yeah. I mean, that's what I hate it, but I've gotten old. But when I see the Olympics anywhere now, that's my first thought is what's going to happen.
Yeah, you got to wonder, at what point do the French try to go back to Napoleon?
They don't have those kind of.
You sure?
You think they do? But
No, seriously, push them enough. See what happens.
Push them off a cliff.
You and your disdain and just downright bigotry against the French.
I know. I don't know what it is, Joey.
You watch too many John Wayne movies.
Maybe that's it. I wish I knew exactly what it was, but I don't. But I've always had just
boys would
disdain.
be eating kraut, sauerkraut, if it wasn't very speaking German, if it wasn't.
I want to take a box of white handkerchiefs over there and become a millionaire by selling them, because every Frenchman has to have a white hanky at every given moment in his life, so he can quickly give up.
Or wipe off the lipstick so the wife doesn't know. Nah, the wife wouldn't care in France.
Yeah, I don't care.
Anyway, that's pretty much the show. I'm going to try to feel better tomorrow.
I hope you feel better tomorrow,
I
buddy.
hope I do. But we'll see. Happy Hour with Greg Vidal. He's next.
Joey Clark.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana. News